Save up to $11,000 on 2019 Sierra 1500. Only at Quality Buick GMC on Lomason, Pennsylvania.
Quality by DiLorenzo.
QualityDeal.com.
The Sports Animal is now swinging from both sides of the plate.
Switch it or not easy to do.
95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. KNML. Albuquerque. A Cumulus station.
Lobos by 1. 4.7 seconds left. First one is up. It's deep. Rebound by New Mexico State. They get it ahead to Buchanan. Buchanan will heave it. Did he get it off? No. It's no good. Lobos win. Fist pump by Coach Weir. Handshake with Coach Jans. Lobos 78. Aggies 77. The 5-game skid is over.
Robert Portnoy and a little bit of Hunter Green on the UNM Lobo Radio Network. Lobos beat the Aggies 78-77 in a thriller down at the Pan Am Center in Las Cruces last night. New Mexico snaps a 5-game skid against the Aggies. They come back from their loss 2 days earlier in El Paso. They are 5-1 as for the Aggies. They go to 2-3, and if they could make some three-point shots, especially in the first half, maybe it's a different game. But as J.J. Buck says, they can't, so they don't, and the Lobos are winners. 78-77 in the latest edition, and an entertaining one, if not the best basketball ever. Certainly entertaining. 3 reviews in the last 10 seconds. They had to go to the monitor, and it was crazy basketball, but that's the way the ball bounces. And last night it bounced to the boys in the turquoise. Good morning and happy Friday to you. It's your opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Josue, Josh producing for you on the ProView Networks this morning. How you living?
What it do? The streak is broken, and if you're the Lobos, you're very, very happy about that.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah, buddy. happy about it because didn't know how the show would go this morning.
Yeah, I was
the other way around.
And there was a moment with about 2-3 minutes to go. I was thinking about the tone of this show, and it could have gone the same way in El Paso the other day. And Paul said it in the post game. You know, one possession game, anybody can win. I mean, this is you're going back and looking at one play, one bounce, one rebound, one call, one, whatever. This one went to New Mexico. They made the plays down the stretch. I'm going to give it to them defensively in the last few seconds. I thought that they defended hard at the rim. The effort was incredible. They got rebounds when they needed to, and they won the game. They took it away from New Mexico State. Now, New Mexico State, if you want to look at their side of it, JJ, they had chances. They had a lot of chances. They had the ball in the last few seconds. They had the ball in the last minute. They had open looks all night. And I don't know if that was this is where I come out of it with a little concern. I don't know if the open looks were by design, and am I worried when you play a team like is going to make those shots, or was it, hey, we'll change our defense when you start making shots? But New Mexico State was 7 of 33 from three-point land. That's only 21%. In the first half, it was even worse. And at halftime, you know, a buddy of mine was complaining about the Lobos. And I said, heck, if New Mexico State could make a shot, this thing would be open by about 10 points. They didn't. They can't, and the Lobos win the game.
Your initial thought, the Lobos would change if something was happening. I didn't like the token press into a zone, but in the first half, they go 3 of 11 for 3. It doesn't matter. You're going to say, all right, keep taking those shots. You're not defending Auburn the same way you defended New Mexico State last night. And that is absolutely going to change. And it's evident, too, by the second half adjustments, which Paul Weir mentioned in his postgame. The first half, the difference was inside. And it was 22-12 New Mexico State points in the paint in the first half. In the second half, it was 30-18 New Mexico. So they changed what they did defensively and also their aggressiveness in getting to the post. Just 3 of 10 from 3 in the first half for the Lobos, 1 of 5 in the second half. So they actually stopped taking those shots, got inside, and defended better in the post. I felt that helped change the game some. And you brought it up. JJ's make things happen. JJ Caldwell off the dribble. We saw the spark. We saw a burst from him that we really hadn't seen through the first few games. Sure, he was assisting, but he was taking it upon himself to get to the rim, and that's going to help balance out this team because they're going to go through moments. They're not sharing the ball perfectly for 40 minutes. Jaquan Lyle is going to give Lobo fans fits because of the way he plays at times. He'll dominate the basketball. He is the only way I can describe him is James Harden-esque.
And that's how Russ Bradford said it on the telecast last
Just
night.
his physicality. Yeah. His first step is quick, but he's not going to wow you with his burst. He can hit the step back. He's a consistent scorer. He's a player that UNM hasn't had in a long time. So there's going to be moments where Lobo fans are going to throw fits, as they did at halftime with Jaquan Lyle. Efficient. He was 9 of 14 from the field. With that usage rate, only 5 turnovers. So when it's all said and done, the Lobos figured it out. I think they'll continue to figure it out. But one of my biggest takeaways from this week is no matter how they play, what the offense is looking like, I expect this Lobo basketball team 90% of the games, no matter what happens, to keep it close. It's just the way they play.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I'm with you on J.J. Caldwell, and I brought that up off the air. I thought, defensively, and he's been that way. And if you can go back and look at the McNeese game where he made the big steal at the end of the game that sealed the game in a 1-point game, or a 2-point game at the time. And then yesterday I thought he was terrific down the stretch. And 9 points, but he had the seven assists, and I think he's a terrific distributor. This was, and probably still is, Jaquan Lyle's team. And I think he made that very apparent last night. Paul Weir called him the best player on the floor. Trev Queen was pretty good for New Mexico State too, but I think Lyle was terrific. Russ Bradford, the longtime coach who I used to work with on Aggie Vision, who's the commentator, the analyst on Aggie Vision, mentioned the James Hart. I don't know if you listened to the game on television broadcast but he talked about that a lot too. He was terrific, and his step back distance with accuracy, to your point, is been phenomenal. And a guy coming off a 2-year layoff, he's been terrific, and I only expect him to get better.
And he played 38 minutes last night. And the first half, they needed Lyle because they weren't moving the basketball as well. The quickness wasn't there. The double team in the post took away what they wanted to do, and they were able to adjust to that in the second half. So it was a moment where you needed to just step up and put his team on the back, and then they were able to adjust in the second half.
Their starters, the minimum a starter played was 22, and that was McQuatch. He was in foul trouble, and Vance played 26. But everybody else was the other three were over 30 minutes, 30 for Carlton Bragg, 37 for J.J. Caldwell, 38 for Jaquan Lyle. So you see what Paul thinks of his.
Yeah, and I think to what we saw from New Mexico State, Queen's going to win this team a lot of games in conference play.
He's a good player.
He is very good.
And when his shot starts to fall, he's going to be a better player. And
I feel even with the struggles from Terrell Brown from the field, he had 5 assists, 1 turnover. You saw some of the quickness inside. I was pleased with the minutes they got out of Jabari Rice, 22 minutes, 13 points. Even for New Mexico State, they took a step forward. At least the guards did last night. Orokoechea, McCants had some solid moments, and McCants only played 11 minutes, but he was in foul trouble as well.
The bad putback dunk was a big dunk for him.
For New Mexico State to play that way without A.J. Harris, yeah, it hurts. It's a rivalry game. Either way, one fan base is going to be feeling bad this morning about it, but I feel they took a step forward last night.
Well, that's inarguable. They got blown out by 30 points their last time on the floor. They were in Tucson on Saturday and got beat, or on Sunday afternoon, and they got beat by 30. And for them to come back and respond like this and have a chance to win at the end of the game against a rival and a pretty good team in New Mexico, I totally agree with you. A step forward for them. They just got to shoot the ball better. And that's a sign. You think of New Mexico State teams over the last couple of years, they've been A, very, very physical, offensive rebound, they board. B, they defend, right? You think of them defending tenaciously. And C, you think of somebody making shots. You think that they've got a shot maker, and I think Queen's going to become better. And to your point on Terrell Brown, he's still coming back. He was 1 of 8 from 3-point land, 3 of 10 from the field, and he played 31 minutes. He was the key. I think we both agreed going in, right? He was the key to them. Queen, you figured you were going to get good minutes out of Queen. What were you going to get out of Terrell Brown? Because where were they going to get points? If he played well, I thought they had a good chance. I don't know that he played poorly, but he didn't score well, 3 for 10, and I thought that was the difference. And that's why I said I thought New Mexico would win by 9-12. They won by 1, but they made plays down the stretch. This is a big one for the Lobos. Big one for the Lobos in this stretch, because coming off the loss, I think this fan base was borderline fragile. Right, and to lose that one last night, headed to Brooklyn, you don't have to worry about it now. You feel a lot better going in 5-1.
You do.
505-246-0610. That's the Quan's Auto Care hotline. That's how to get in this morning. 505. 60610. Your emails will come in at Jeff at 610knml.com, JJ at 610knml.com. JJ's on the Twitter. It's been very, very active. It's underscore JJ Buck. On the Facebook, it's the OD in the AM. You can watch the show, Comcast Channel 26, throughout the state of New Mexico, worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com, or go to our Facebook page, the OD in the AM, and you can watch the show. It's done very professionally, very well, and actually really, 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 really good. So you can go watch the show there as well. Guest list 9 o'clock this morning. Hunter Green due to be with us. He got back late last night. He said, "Can we go later in the show?" I said, "Sure, it works." So we're doing 9 o'clock with the analyst on the Lobo Radio Network who was courtside and got to watch a thriller last night. We're going to get into the NFL. Texans beat the Colts last night. We'll talk about the Myles Garrett, Mason Rudolph situation. Lobos and Air Force tomorrow. Aggies and Miners tomorrow in football. Got a lot to do. It's Friday. It's the opening drive. Oh, we got stuff to give away, too.
We do, yes.
A couple tickets we'll give away probably in the 9 o'clock hour, I'm thinking, to the Albuquerque the Magazine Best of the City party. Down?
I'm down.
All right. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM. And AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our sixth-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
Back to pass. Here comes the rush. Steps up, dances a little bit, rolls to the right. Rush is there again. Now rolls to his left. He's going to try to run it, and he is spun down shy of the first down at the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 6 yards. He needed 7. Brennan Scarlett made the tackle from behind. It'll be Texans ball.
A little controversy last night at the end of the Texans' 2017 victory over the Indianapolis Colts, big AFC South matchup. That was courtesy of Westwood One. It's the opening drive on 95.9. Was it courtesy of Westwood One? On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. 2017, there was a play at the end where Deshaun Watson fumbled. And it looked like the Colts may have recovered. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they did. But certainly, in every case, you would think that would be close enough to take a look at, would you not? Under 2 minutes? How does the league not review that one?
I don't know.
I'm asking you, Mr. Goodell. You make $40 million a year.
I thought
I appreciate you
every turnover would be reviewed. It was
well, it wasn't a turnover. It was ruled not a turnover. Yeah.
But the ball came loose. Was evident in the replay. I'm surprised they just didn't take a look at it.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. And I don't know which way it would have gone. That's a big game. It was a big game for Deshaun Watson and the Texans to win. They both went into that one 6-4, and huge win in that division for Houston as they take over first place in the AFC South.
Very disappointing game from the Indianapolis Colts, though. I thought they were way too conservative in that contest. Last week it worked. They absolutely ran the wheels off the Jacksonville Jaguars. But in the first meeting, they were able to pass against the Houston Texans. I think Jacoby Brissett needs more downfield shots, even with T.Y. Hilton not getting a full complement of snaps last night. I think that was a team that needed to be more aggressive. They went just way too much in the shell. That I heard him in the second half.
They ran Jonathan Williams, their new running back, 26 times for 104 yards. He scored his first NFL touchdown. Jacoby Brissett threw the ball 25 times efficiently enough for 16 for 25, but only 129 yards. And then you talked about T.Y., and he was only targeted 6 times, and he caught 3 balls. Minimal yardage and dropped a couple, and I agree with you. I thought what made them tick early in the season was the efficiency of Jacoby Brissett. I think that he makes good decisions. For the most part, doesn't turn the ball over. I think he's pretty accurate. Now, maybe T.Y. Hilton wasn't healthy to where you give him a full load, and I thought I heard after the game Frank Reich say that he was on a pitch count. But you've got Ebron, and you've got, you've utilized Pascal over the last bunch of weeks. You've got, other weapons, granted not as the wealth that some others have. But I agree with you on the conservative nature, because I thought that they started getting better, started getting good, started making themselves a conversation piece when you started talking about winning that division because of Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, and it's still a really competitive football game. I thought Frank Reich was too conservative last night. They can run the football. It's impressive, even without Marlon Mack, the guys they have stepping up. But you still need some more explosiveness. But they, outside of Zach Pascal, they lack some options. Understandable when you play Jack Doyle, Eric Ebron that much, and there was quite a few 3 tight end sets even in there. But you needed more in the second half, because you saw the difference in that game was the explosive plays Deshaun Watson was able to make. Will Fuller was huge coming back into the lineup, and then Nuke Hopkins, his 2 touchdown catches, and the tight game, the explosive plays were the difference.
Yep. All right, 2460610 if you want to get in, 888-922-0610, and we'll talk more Lobo Aggies basketball, and feel free, jump in on that. It's 78-77, Lobos win. Since we're on the NFL stuff, we're going to have to get here, and there's going to be a lot of conversation, and I have a feeling, what I've heard is passionate depending on what side you're on. Myles Garrett is going to have his indefinite suspension upheld by the NFL. And it leaked out. I don't even know how this got out, right? Because he was in a room, and he claims that he thought this was just going to be confidential. But part of his defense was that he claims that Mason Rudolph used a racial slur. Now, nobody's saying what it is, but I think everybody assumes what it is, right? I mean, there's a magic word, right? There was no claim of this prior. It's really, now I'm not going to tell you Mason Rudolph didn't do it. I'm not going to tell you he did. Mason Rudolph says, absolutely I did not. Myles Garrett says, I know what I heard. Mason Rudolph's teammates are backing him 100%, saying he wouldn't do it. He didn't do it. Nobody heard it. Myles Garrett, at no point after the game that anybody can find, mentioned this to anybody. His teammates were asked by reporters yesterday, and they said it was the first that we're hearing about this. Now, you would assume, although it not necessarily had to be this way, that if a guy lost his mind, swung his helmet, ripped a man's helmet off, hit him over the head with it, after the game, you would assume when things settled down in the locker room, somebody would say, man, what happened? You cool? Like, what happened? And he would say, he called me this, or he said this. You would think that would have come up somewhere, right?
Yes.
But in fairness to Myles Garrett, maybe he just didn't want to say it. Why would you not want to say it? I don't know. Maybe you would think that's not, it's not an excuse. And I always tell you there's a difference between an excuse and an explanation. We may never know. There's a lot of microphones and a lot of recording devices around football. Evidently, they have nothing in that area. Mason Rudolph was not mic'd. Myles Garrett was not mic'd. The common thought here is, why would Myles Garrett not say anything to anybody after it happened? I guess there's an explanation for that, right? I guess, he didn't want to make it an excuse. He was going to take responsibility. You're struggling with that, as most people are.
Yeah, because if a man said something to you which upset you to the point of swinging a helmet, I bring that up instead of saying, oh, my bad, I can't act like that. Because I think for people, while you don't want people swinging helmets, that changes things. And here we are again, trying to figure out, what would that feel like to be in that situation and have that said. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea, and I can't claim to know what that would be like. But I got to assume for other people, it might change the way they think about it. And because that is a major indictment on Mason Rudolph, accusing him of saying something like that.
Sure it is.
And I would have been right there after the fact. Instead of saying, oh, my bad, I can't do that, that was bad, blah. If something sets you off, I think you just bring up right after the game, he said something.
Wow.
And he ignited it. Instead of just saying, go back, watch the film, my bad, I can't do that.
Yeah.
It seemed very convenient that when he was appealing it, that was part of the appeal. Now, he was very adamant as well, Garrett and his representatives, in their statement following, saying that this wasn't a convenient attempt to justify his actions or restore his image. He thought this was, not going to get out to the public, the stuff that he was going to say in appeals process. So everyone is still tucked in on their side. The teammates are supporting their teammates. And I just find it crazy that there's not any audio. Because somehow, some way, one of these teams won the Super Bowl. There'd be sound from this Thursday Night Football game all over the highlight reel on NFL Network. And they run, the year that was.
Yep. I just got a text that says, who cares what he said? It still didn't give an excuse to attack a guy with a helmet. And that's right. And Myles Garrett said it doesn't justify. And I tell you, again, I'm going to go to the difference between an excuse and an explanation. Okay? this is what set me off. It doesn't make it okay. This is what happened, and I was still wrong. Like that. To Myles Garrett's credit, he still is saying that, but it doesn't justify it.
Like that's just. But of all the things I can have opinions on, I can't sit here and say what it would be like if
that's right.
The racial slur that was used, which we all go to in this situation, was said to me and how I'd act in the moment.
So we're assuming it's the go-to racial slur. I'm going to throw out a totally off the wall scenario, because what if a racially charged word, right? The word thug is now a racially charged word, right? What if he used a word like that? And I don't know that he did or didn't or what. I'm throwing out scenarios now.
Because we have no idea.
Right? But and where he says, I know what I heard. Right? I mean, would that be a different story? Although that's a racial
to a point of saying, oh,
well, it wouldn't get you there, certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly it wouldn't. But I mean, we're all assuming it was that magic word. And maybe it was. Or maybe it wasn't. This is one of those, to your point, to make that accusation, you better be right. Because either way, this is horrible. If Mason Rudolph said it, you got a real problem. You got a guy who's got to go into that locker room and play with that team and uses that word. And if he did not, you got a real problem. Because you got a guy on the other side who is, I mean, that's basically character assassination. Right?
Yes.
2460610. This is a lot of layers. A lot of layers. And I'd love your thoughts on it. 505-246-0610. We'll talk more Lobo basketball, 78-77 with their win. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and Hoser on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is now 7:27. Let's take another look at those roads here on a Friday morning. Well, earlier we had a disabled vehicle northbound Wyoming at Renault. That has been clear. We have an accident at Lomas and Louisiana blocking your southbound lanes. You can use Wyoming or San Pedro instead to get around that. And we also have a report of a pallet of bread, dumped in the road northbound Golf Course Road just north of Paseo. That is in the right lane. And earlier accident from San Pedro, Indian School area is clear, so no longer need to worry about that one. If you see an accident, make sure and give us a call on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167, brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with your Sports Animal Traffic.
The Sports Bar with Michael and Mike.
I think the favorite part of the sports bar is the insights, the knowledge they pass on. People who've been there, they tell you exactly what's going on.
Finding out what the current events are, what's going on with all sports. You know, we're football and basketball fans, but you guys cover all the sports, and we like that.
The personalities, they are fabulous. Thank you for being there. We can't do without you.
Weekdays at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Do you love football? Then get with the program and get down to Hooters to catch the game, crazy good wings, ice cold beer, and the best fans on the planet. You love wings. You love ice cold beer. And who doesn't love the world famous Hooters girls? All the games, all season. Hooters.
Catch all the games at Hooters and enjoy great specials like a draft beer and 10 boneless wings for only $10. Served up by the world famous Hooters girls.
I'm Erin, and this is my life with California Closets. I purchased a historic home that's over 150 years old. One of the biggest things old houses don't have is closet storage and organization. And in a modern life, you really need to store a lot of things. Working with California Closets was the only way to get exactly what I needed. It really makes my life better. I finally have my dream home, and I couldn't be more thrilled about it.
Visit a showroom or schedule your free design consultation today at CaliforniaClosets.com.
Get back up there!
Ooh, Disney Frozen 2 toys!
Dang it.
It's the race to Black Friday. Shop JCPenney, your Disney Frozen 2 destination, with select Frozen 2 toys and apparel for 25% off. And this Saturday only, it's your chance to score a Disney Frozen Olaf ornament with purchase. Disney's Frozen 2 opens in theaters November 22nd. JCPenney. Offer valid 11/21 to 11/23. Ornament giveaway available with in-store purchase of $50 or more on 11/23. While supplies last, limit 1 per customer. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
Our firefighters and police are the best, and now they're going to find out who's the best.
In the ring.
Isleta Resort and Casino presents the Brawl on the Boss Game, Saturday, December 7th,
in the all-new Isleta Casino showroom. The area's toughest cops take on our courageous firefighters.
with proceeds going to 1082,
helping public servants in times of need.
Get authentic tickets at the Isleta box office or Isleta.com.
Brawl on the Boss Game.
Saturday, December 7th at Isleta Resort and Casino,
where the fun begins.
This credit card bill is out of hand.
I know, the interest rate's awful, and there's a huge annual fee, too.
You should check out the Independence Credit Card from Kirtland Federal Credit Union. Low interest rates, no annual fee, and unlimited cashback rewards can save you a lot of money.
But we aren't military, son.
Kirtland FCU is more than military.
When did you get so smart?
It's a gift. Lower your credit card rate today at kirtlandfcu.org/credit cards. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. We're more than military. We're for life.
Approval rate based on creditworthiness and other factors. Membership eligibility applies. See representative for complete details.
Is there any wonder why Precision Garage Doors has more than 2,100 great reviews online from customers just like you? If you need a repair on your garage door or want a new one, call Precision Garage Doors at 244-DOOR. They'll email you a picture of the technician coming to work at your home, keep in contact until he arrives, and are usually done in 2 hours or less. And ask about the lifetime guarantee. Go to GarageDoorsAlbuquerque.com or call 244-DOOR. Make the right decision. Call Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
The Dan Patrick Show, today at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
A lot of good college hoops going on now. Charleston Classic's underway. Myrtle Beach Invitational's underway. You got good ones everywhere.
Ahead of Feast Week. Getting a lot of the non-exempt tournaments underway. Looking forward to a couple games tonight. Utah State, LSU.
Yep.
I think that's going to be a fun one. Houston and Oregon. Be really good as well.
Utah got their doors blew off by Coastal Carolina yesterday in the Myrtle Beach Invitational. That's the same Utah team that won at Nevada earlier in the year. Got my passes coming today, I believe, for the Wooden Legacy next week. I should that should. Oh, I was going to get two, but you said you couldn't go, so I think it's just going to be one. You'd enjoy the Wooden Legacy, sitting around and watching hoops.
I think next year I'm going to file that one away.
All right, well, let me know. I got a guy.
Maybe get away. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I got a guy on that one. And like on the Myrtle, what are the Lobos playing in next year? Is there one?
Sure there is.
Yeah, there should be one. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Aggies are going to the Cayman Islands now. They're 2-3. First time that they've been with a losing record since Chris Jans has been the head coach. 78-77 last night was the score down in Las Cruces. Lobos beat the Aggies. Larry's enjoying that one. Larry sent me a text. He says, Aggie Nation, hope you enjoyed your run. We got you in your house, and we'll protect our house next month. It's cute you wanted to rename Albuquerque Aggie Kirky with the win streak that you've been on. Reality is Lobo Nation still owns you in the overall historical rivalry. Football has proved 2017 was a fluke for you, going 2-0 since. Hoops will build on this W and put you back in your place. So savor the W's when you get them because they don't come too often for you. Go Lobos. Close only counts, so save the excuse. All right.
I think there's a lot of Aggie fans that feel pretty good this morning, actually, especially looking at the Twitter. And they're like, yeah, play us when we got Clayton Henry and A.J. Harris and see how it goes.
Well, to that point, and you can say last year that the Aggies or the Lobos were without Carlton Bragg, right? Mm-hmm. Which they were. Yeah. Which they were. Those two guys are huge pieces of what the Aggies are going to do. Your point guard and probably your best big guy. At least your most physical big guy. No?
Henry's a wing player.
But doesn't he? I mean,
he would. Jans feels that he'd probably be their best perimeter defender and three-point shooter.
Okay. So, boy, they could have used some three-point shooting yesterday.
Yeah, they're just, after last night's game, 28% on the season.
No, and they shoot them a lot. And Jan said, in practice, they're making them. All right, that's great. But they're not, and they didn't last night. Jason's in. He says, win or lose, I will write an email and win bull in my shoes. Good morning, OD in the AM. Nice to see the Lobo fan. Just went to the Sweet 16 last night, hearing some of the chatter after the game. Let me say this is a good thing Jaquan Lyle got on the bus. He literally and figuratively was a man among boys. I think the New York Knicks are younger than the Lobos. Sheesh, that old guy could play. He reminded me of Andre Miller as far as his game. Good win. As for the Aggies, they played well, played with heart. They missed some key free throws and got a little careless with the ball. So it should not be alarming for Aggie fan, because if they clean those up, they will be fine going forward. It's a big week, and the next game is the most important one. This is a game the Aggies lost rather than getting beaten, so that's encouraging. Crimsonally, Jason. P.S. Before anyone poo-poos the last paragraph of my email, Lobo fans were saying the same thing after losing to UTEP. Spinning a loss is lame, no matter the circumstance. There are no moral victories. There are no moral victories. Aggie basketball will rebound and go forward, but losses sting. However, we all know Aggie hoops always comes down to 3 days in Vegas, not 1 day in November. Well, that's certainly true. Your last lines couldn't be any more true. It comes down to 3 days in Vegas, not 1 day in November. That's absolutely the truth.
We knew whatever the outcome would be this morning, the spin machine would be in full effect.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. But, to his point, right? Lobo fans walking out of El Paso a couple nights ago saying, you know what, you make a couple free throws and you win the game, and Aggie fans feeling the same way. Make a couple of free throws or hit a three-point shot somewhere along the line, and you're having a different story. And they're right also. What did they shoot at the free throw line?
You can do that in a one-point game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This isn't, we lost by 15, if we only just hit a few three-pointers. Like, the close games, you absolutely can take different things out of them than a 15-point loss. So New Mexico State, even in the loss, I feel they took a step forward in that backcourt. And for the Lobos, it was a week in which I believe no matter if the ball's moving, if it's just Jaquan Lyle, I've seen enough out of this team where I expect the majority of the games, because it's going to happen. You're going to have a few a year where you're just like, why? Like, where did that come from? But the way this team plays, I expect them to keep every game close no matter the way they are playing. And we saw different defenses this week. We saw a lot of zone, saw some token press, but just different things to put them in position to try to be successful. And last night it was, hey, we're going to give up that three-point shot because they're not shooting. And against Auburn, it's going to be a completely different challenge and game plan for this Lobo team, but also just offensively. And someone brought up Drew Scary earlier. There was Andre Miller. Lyle is a player the Lobos haven't had since, and I think I saw it last night. It was like he is a J.R. Giddens, a Darrington Hobson player where he can put the team on his shoulders for stretches and just go. Now he's a better offensive player than Drew Scary and, say, Andre Miller, but body-wise, he fits in that mold.
I'm excited to see what his offensive game becomes by, mid-January, early February, because I couldn't be more impressed with him after 6 games, and he's coming off of 2 years of not playing. No, Jeffy's been playing pickup games. He's been in I got it. But it's 2 years that he has not played competitive basketball at this level, and he's terrific. He's flat out terrific. And in Jason's email, good thing he got on the bus. Yeah, it was a good thing they brought him last night. Daggum right it was, because last night he was the best player on the floor. And Trev Queen is really good. But last night, it was that guy in turquoise, wearing number 5, who's the best player on the floor. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Travel for the holidays? You'll be spending some time away from the house. Certainly you're going to have packages delivered. Call IPS and have them protect your home. Have them look after your home. I've used IPS for over 2 years now. I love when I see the car out in front. My neighbors love it as well. And I travel, as you know, they watch the house. I got back from a trip a couple weeks ago, forgot to call them and say we were home. They came by and knocked on the door. They came by to patrol. They go through the backyard. They make sure it looks like it's lived in. If it's garbage day and you're not there, they'll take the cans to the curb and back. They pick up your mail, pick up your newspaper. IPS protects your home because you're going to be traveling, and an empty house is a target for thieves. They patrol your neighborhood. If your alarm goes off, IPS responds to your alarm within 5 to 7 minutes with an armed, trained security officer. Police, God bless them, but they may take up to hours to show up because there's just not enough of them. Bad guys work overtime during the holidays, and so does IPS. I would put them to work if I were you. I'm glad they're working for me. Put them to work so your home's not an easy target. Their job's to stop break-ins before they happen. Business owners, you want to make sure that your place is secure when you take some time off? You've worked hard. You've worked long to build that. Call IPS and let them protect your business. IPS's phone number, 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420, or go to ipsglobal.com.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rawlings, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Gonna hoe today, a little fog outside, low cloud, chilly Friday for you. Gonna turn into a beautiful Friday. Gonna look forward to seeing you all out there. Lobo football tomorrow. They take on the Academy of Air Force, or the Air Force Academy. That game is at noon. It is at Dream Style Stadium. You can listen to it over on News Radio KKOB. Of course, I believe there's still tickets available for you to get out there. Air Force is good, boys. They're 8-2. Their 2 losses were tight. They lost to a nationally ranked Navy team by, well, it got open at the end, 34-25, and then they lost 30-19 to 20th ranked Boise State. But they beat Army, and they beat Utah State, and they beat Fresno State. They beat Colorado out of the Pac-12. This is, and you and I talked about this yesterday, not just Bob Davie coming in on game week and telling you that this week's opponent is really, really good, because that's what every coach in America does, and then this week's opponent is what you're looking at on tape, and they're really, really good. We've had enough coaches, enough people tell us this year, and we've watched with our own eyes. This is as good as an Air Force team as I've seen in, gosh, the last 15 years, right? And they had a really good run. I think they had an 11-win team probably 4 or 5 years ago. But as physical and athletic, they've got playmakers. Now, one of their quarterbacks, and it's not the starter, I think it's their second guy.
The backup.
It was not going to be here. He had scheduled the, I believe, testing for the Rhodes Scholar, because this was an off week, and that's not one of those things that you can just move around because, you know. So he won't be here. But I think you're going to be impressed with the athleticism that you see. I saw them up close against Utah State. JJ, I was so impressed that night with not only they beat Utah State like 31-7 that night, but the way they out-physicaled Utah State up front And Air Force's line's usually good, and they run the option. And then they athleted them on the corners. And I think Utah State, you know what I think of them. I think you're going to enjoy seeing Air Force up front, or up close, I mean.
Yeah, and they have Caden Rimsberg is their go-to running back, 5.8 yards per carry. Then Timothy Jackson, Taven Birdow are the punishers that you're going to get from the fullback position. It's classic wishbone, execute big plays over the top occasionally, but it's what they do defensively. Now that you've been in more up-tempo games than you might expect, but still there's athletes all over the field, and everyone focuses on that senior defensive tackle. Mosesa Fufita, 330 pounds, just boom, right there in the middle.
One thing they can do to you is just bleed you, meaning that if they get a lead on you, they will run that shot clock down to 2 and get 3 and 4 yards and have long drives and just keep the ball away from you. They did it to Utah State. I watched them do it to Fresno State. Fresno State couldn't get the ball back. They went up there and scored, put 43 points on Fresno State. They handled, they played with Boise State, and then what they did to Colorado. And Colorado, look, I'm not telling you they're the best Pac-12 team, but they went up and beat a Pac-12 team in their place. This is a tough one. For Lobos tomorrow, look, I think Tavaka's got to take control of the offense. I don't know how they're going to run the ball. And waiting for Ned James to come in here and tell me we can run the ball against anyone. I mean, they're down to their fifth string running backs?
Depending on how Bryson Carroll is doing, you're down to Bryson Carroll, Micah Gray, Bobby Cole, getting opportunities. One of my biggest questions is, where's Trey Hall? Like, why is he not playing at this point in the season?
I don't know the answer. Have you asked that? Because I don't know.
Well, that's the next question. He's already redshirted.
Yeah.
He's behind Tavaka. If you're looking at, all right, Tavaka needs reps, well, doesn't one of the other quarterbacks need it as well at this point in time?
Yeah, and I was certain we'd see him at some point, and we haven't at all. Yeah. We have not at all.
Not at all.
Tavaka has taken every snap since Sharon Jones has been suspended, correct? Do you want to see Trey Hall? And I guess when games get out of hand like that, I kind of do too.
Especially when you're down players, there's injuries, there's guys. It's getting opportunities all across the field. Going into next year with the guy who's going to compete, and it's just easy to sit back and go, it's Brent Hughes' job. No, he won it anyway. So you're just going to have a dude that played no football whatsoever.
Bob told us Tavaka won the job anyway. Didn't he kind of tell us that? Tavaka won the job, but he wasn't there.
If Tavaka's your starting quarterback, he starts versus an FCS team week 1, even if he misses some practice.
I think we feel that way. But I'm just going with what the coach said. On your Trey Hall point, and Trey Hall is the backup quarterback now. I want to see him a little bit too, because we came out of camp and they said we're comfortable with all 4 guys. Well, are you?
It doesn't feel like
you're down 2 of them, and you haven't seen one of them. And by the way, I said was he over 3.5 all season, and you guys both went under. So I want to see him for at least a snap so I can go over. but when you're down 42-9, or what was it, 42-3 in Boise the other night. I mean, I hate throwing a guy in there for garbage time, but that's what the 4th-string quarterback's going to get. So give me some garbage time.
And I'm sure he wants that time.
No, I'm with you.
So that's really the only thing. It's not changing their season, but when you look at the players that are getting opportunities now, this late in the year, it's not like you're saving him for a red shirt. He already redshirted, and there's other guys that I'm sure going to get in a few games and still have the redshirt season. Just where's Trey Hall at the moment?
Yeah, you and I are on the same page with that. And I'm not telling you, to your point, he's going to save the season. That's neither one of us are saying it. I'm looking for a spark. The same way Tavaka came off and gave you a spark when Sharon, what was the game? It was San Jose State, and was it San Jose State? Nevada. We threw a touchdown. Oh, look at the spark. Yeah, okay. The game was out of hand, and
now it's just all about
show me something positive. That's what it's about to me.
Getting dudes on the field, and if they are excelling in practice, give them the opportunity.
Well,
you're 2-7.
You're going that deep at every other position, are you not? Yeah. I mean, I'm at. I don't know how many running backs I've seen. I don't know how many receivers I've seen. I don't know how many cornerbacks I've seen. I hadn't thought about it a lot, but now that you bring it up, I kind of do want to see it because you're showing me all this depth at every other position, and I guess the other side of the argument would be, well, Tavaka needs the reps. Tavaka's our guy next year. He's going to be competing. He needs the reps. He's getting reps, man. Let me see that other guy. Don't you want to see him?
I do.
If you believe you're going to be here next year, which, okay, don't you want to see him? Do you want to put something on tape?
I want to put some reps on Trey Hall.
I want to see how he competes out there. Yeah, I do. All right, we'll talk global basketball, obviously, and Aggie basketball. 78-77 was the win last night. Hunter Green scheduled to be with us coming up at 9 o'clock. We've got 2 tickets to give away in the 9 o'clock hour to the Albuquerque, the magazine Best of the City party. That's on December 6th. Hoser will be there because he's the best producer in the city. Best host at Lobo games in the city. Even though he doesn't live in the city.
We nominate him for that?
Pero he works.
Great. Does the category have to exist before you nominate him? But
no, you can. No, it doesn't. You can actually write in categories.
20. Right on.
Right in.
Get it? Right on. Oh.
Right on with your right on, baby. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
Streak is over, Lobo fan, or streak is over, Aggie fan. However it is for you, it's over. Lobos beat the Aggies last night in hoops, 78-77. What's up? Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, Josue, and Josh is in for you today on the ProView Network side, producing and giving you the visuals as we are simulcast around the world on ProViewNetworks.com, around the state of New Mexico on Comcast Channel 26, and on your interwebs on the OD in the AM on the Facebook. I want to remind you about football tomorrow, by the way, because as you know, this was a postponed game, and they're still doing Heroes Day. And this was postponed. It was, 2 weeks ago? Is that what it was? And so this is, as you're thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow and why you're going to do things tomorrow, this is the day where they're thanking all military and first responders. It's also the cancer awareness game, the pink game, because it was scheduled back during that month, and so they're also doing the pink game. So it's a great chance to see a lot of people and a lot of things outside the stadiums, the helicopter, law enforcement vehicles, etc. So when you go out there, get out there early, and you can take a look at all that stuff that they're doing out there. But it's the Heroes game, it's the pink game. There's a lot there, and it's going to be very, very emotional. Obviously, the first football game since the death of Najee Flowers. So do what you do. But I think there's a lot of reasons maybe to get out there tomorrow if you were looking to go out, and plus there's tailgating and grab some people and have a good time if that's something that you enjoy doing. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Hey, Nick, we never got into Real Monarchs winning their first USL championship. Is that because nobody cared? I'm just asking. We just
never got into it.
All right, I just caught I caught the celebration, and they all do the same thing with the cup. Everybody's got to do the same thing. All right, the next dude. We all got to stand around for every one of these dudes to do.
Well, it's the same thing with the Stanley Cup. You complain about those guys?
No, but they all skate around. You all don't have, like, everybody doesn't participate in that. When they hand the cup off, and the dude skates around and he kisses the cup and he hands it off to the next dude.
What's the about?
So they lower the cup. They do something. They raise the cup.
Exciting.
And then every dude on the stage, you have to stick around.
Gets the people going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for a minute.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah, Real.
Should do that in the Super Bowl. That might take some time.
Yeah, it would take some time. Absolutely.
Western Conference won the title. Crash course in the USL Championship this year.
See?
It's a very interesting summer. Fun summer, though.
Yeah. See?
That got me out of town.
Yes, it did get you out of town. A couple times. 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails come in, Jeff at 610knml.com. JJ at 610knml.com. Hello, Edward. How you living?
Living like it's almost Thanksgiving, my friends.
Yeah, it is almost Thanksgiving. That's why.
6 days away. We have a tapestry of NFL games this weekend, which it's a gift to all NFL fans. I think we have 5, 6 critical matchups that are going to really baseline where teams are heading into what I would call the pre-playoff run. Bill Parcells used to say the true season starts post-Thanksgiving. And I'm a believer in that because you're kind of evolving in who you're going to be. When I was checking in with Josue this morning, he said, "Hey, you made the right call last night." And I said, "Absolutely, I did not. I lost it because I picked the Texans minus 3.5. We forgot about the hook."
The hook!
And he said, "Well, maybe they should do away with the hook." And I said, "The hook is what hooks people."
The hook is there, man. That's why it's there. Yeah.
Maybe if the Texans linebackers didn't show up in their Mortal Kombat Halloween outfits, they could make some tackles and not give up walk-in touchdowns via the run game, and they would have covered that hook. But just my opinion, my humble opinion.
It doesn't matter.
I've tried to demonstrate benevolence to the great people of the city of Albuquerque, heading into the holiday season and give them money, via betting the hotline. But I'm right back on the Mendoza line after last night's loss, so I have to deliver, I have to deliver this, and because Good Friday is what? 7 days away, Good Friday, Black Friday is yet 1 week away from today. A lot's going to be said about this Cowboy-Patriots game coming up this weekend. I think, again, we're going to find out where each team is. No more playing the worst teams in the league for both teams, for each share one quality win over the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to find out a lot. Leighton Vander Esch is out this weekend for the Cowboys, which I think is a big loss. But don't worry, the Patriots are starting probably 3 undrafted free agent receivers this weekend. So who knows how that's going to play out. But a few stats real quick. I shared it yesterday. You know what Tom Brady's record is at home on Sunday games with a lead going into the fourth quarter?
Something
94-0. 94-0.
Right.
So hopefully they can build a lead going into the fourth quarter. Again, I mentioned yesterday they've won 20 straight home games. And the record with Julian Edelman and Thomas Edward Brady on the field at home, 43-0, 43 straight victories. But that may not mean a hill of beans this weekend, guys. The Cowboys are going to come in with confidence, and I think they're going to try to establish the running game to get that passing game going. And it's really going to be interesting. However it plays out, I just want to share with my friends, if the Cowboys get a victory, which is very possible, the Patriots don't play for, I would say moral victories in November.
You played for 3 days in Vegas in March, not one day in November.
That's right.
That's right.
So, we've been successful this year, even though we're right on the Mendoza line. Our cattle sponsor, Cholos with Polos, has been so successful, guys. We ventured into the adjacent property and opened up a sister night bar. And it's really, I named it Giggles and Nibbles, because we want to hit every demographic in Albuquerque and make them successful. So I think there's an opportunity for people to come out and enjoy some libations and some good food. And it's going to be a great time for all. Here's my picks, gentlemen.
Please.
I'm going to stay away from that Cowboys-Patriots game.
Yes,
and
3
remove the
favorites.
emotion.
You're taking 3 favorites.
You know what? I'm going to challenge you, Jeff. I'm taking the Packers +3 at the 49ers.
Taking an underdog? I like that. Actually, I like the Packers +3. All right.
You know who the Crusher picked to represent the NFC before the season even started, right?
All right, Packers +3. That's good. What else you got?
Packers +3. The Buccaneers, who had the coolest uniforms outside the throwback Patriot uniforms back in the day, the creamsicles, venturing south right across the state to play the Atlanta
+4.
Falcons -3.5. I think I'm going to take the Atlanta to cover the 3.5.
Atlanta, I got it at 4, but all right. Atlanta -3.5.
I usually use the Caesars line, my friends.
Yeah, use what you need. Use
Indeed.
the Caesar salad.
But like I say, whatever transpires Sunday evening, I think it's going to be a thrilling game. We'll probably draw 25 on the rating scale minimum. Did you see that the NFL ratings are up 6% from last year and up 9% from 2 years ago?
People are watching football again. Yes, that's true. Now,
Is that
attendance is down, but people are watching football. All right, man. Enjoy the weekend.
Guys, thanks for letting me share my takes. Have a great weekend.
See you. It's his fault I spilled my coffee, by the way.
Yes, absolutely, 128%.
It was his fault. I spilled my coffee, and then Josh goes to a slate. I'm like, no, dude, man, I'm not. You can let people know I spilled. I'm human. I'm cleaning up my mess. Well,
here we go again.
Well, Edward took over our show. I'm like, here's my dang coffee all over the place. Sorry about that, bro. Did I get you?
No.
All right, all my notes are gone. All my show prep. Like it's just
what
down.
What are we going to do?
I don't even.
How
know
are
what
we
to do.
going to survive the rest of the
Who's on at 9 o'clock? I don't have it on my notes anymore.
No.
Who's our guest now? I'm kidding.
What was the score of the game last night?
Yeah, it's 78-77. I got that part too. See, it's committed to my. I still have a little bit of a mind.
Yeah.
Un poquito in my cabeza. See? All right, 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. Richard wants to know about Sharon Jones. He says, do we know what's going on, Jeff? Even missing all those games, he is still Lobo football's third leading rusher. And with the top 2 guys out, Lobo football could really use him. Yeah, that's fine if they could use him and he's your leading rusher. They're not bringing him back. Like all that's great, but they're not bringing him back.
Just and a wait-and-see approach with
By the
legal
way,
process.
what would be the point at this point? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. All right, you want me to take Rudy now, or you want me to hit the break? All right, good morning, Rudy. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. You got to call and gloat a little bit after that one, but it certainly was a nail-biter.
Yes, it was.
I knew we were kind of doomed as soon as you said that they were going to win by more than 4. Or who said 9 points yesterday?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the Lobos aren't a complete team yet, and they do some things that aggravate you silly, but at the end of the day, they figured out a way to break the streak, and anytime you win on that court, I mean, look at the Aggies' record since Jans has been there. I think they've lost 3 games, I think, on their home court.
I don't even think it's that many. Well, it might not have been going into it. It might be now. I think they lost that. I'm not thinking. Can you think of any games they lost on their home court? They lost to St. Mary's, right?
I thought they lost one last year and then one the year before, so that would be their 3rd loss.
All right. Yeah, I think that was.
But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But regardless, I mean, I think that's what rivalry games are all about. That was the wildest last minute I've ever seen.
It was crazy. Crazy.
I don't know. They should have just gone and jumped the ball at center.
Yeah, it was nuts with all the replays and balls going out of bounds and off guys. I thought they made the right calls almost all the time. The first one, whereas in the front of the New Mexico State bench, I thought it was out off of Jaquan, but I mean you couldn't really tell. There was no definitive. I thought they made the wrong call there. The one that went off of his knee. It's amazing how close 2 of the 3 of those were too, as far as the video.
Well, and the lesson learned is you got to be much stronger with the ball, and you have to have a better inbound play so you're not trapped against the baseline or the corner. You know, you have to have some room to operate, and I'm sure they'll fix that. But New Mexico State, I don't care how many players they're out. You know, they always play hard under Chris Jan. So good job for the Lobos. And when you think what could have been, man, if they would have swept those 2 games, they would have gotten national attention. Now they're back to going up to New York City and seeing what they can do. And, you know, on this football thing, you know, we need 13,000 people there tomorrow. And we need 13,000 people at the last game so we don't get into that trap that New Mexico State was in a few years ago where you don't have enough attendance. And that was one of the things that I think that might have cost them their conference affiliation. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened with the Sun Belt with New Mexico State.
Yeah, I think it was a travel on both of them. But yeah, I don't know. There were other schools that were struggling with the attendance at that point. But yeah, you're going to fall potentially out of compliance and potentially. And I don't know that I've ever seen this done to anybody, so I'm not too worried about it. But I guess ultimately you could be ruled ineligible for postseason. But I don't know that it's ever been done. Like I don't know that they've ever penalized anybody for that.
Here's the answer: sell 15,000 season tickets. That's the answer, right?
Yeah. There's a few answers, right? I mean, be more entertaining and competitive football team. Sell more tickets. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of answers. You know that.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that the change that sports fans here have to make is you're not always going to be competitive and you're not always going to win.
Entertainment.
So, I've never been not entertained at a game. There's plenty to do. I've spent 6 hours at the tailgate and not regretted a second of it.
Yeah, that's usually true.
So I think it's attitude, and I really think that's where we need to make our next step as a fan base is changing our attitude and really being grateful and appreciative of what we have.
All right. I know I'll see you out there.
Oh, yeah. We'll see you soon.
All right, enjoy the weekend. Rudy called at 246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is 8:12. Time to take another look at this morning's commute. This report is sponsored by Duke City Urgent Care. Well, we had an earlier accident on the exit ramp to Cesar Chavez. That has been clear. Earlier crash at Lomas and 6th Street. It's actually 4th Street, not 6th Street, with northbound delays happening there. We also have a report of a rollover on the ramp from southbound Coors to eastbound I-40. That is on the right shoulder. And we have a crash at Eubank and Copper with slight delays happening there. And the newest accident to worry about is at Unser at Cabozone with southbound delays happening there. If you see an accident, make sure and call us on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. Feel the flu coming on? Don't sit at the emergency room. In fact, don't sit anywhere but your living room. Medic Buddy from Duke City Urgent Care will come to your home and treat your flu symptoms. It's the modern-day house call. Call 738-4100 or learn more at medicbuddy.com. I'm Josue with your sports animal traffic.
The Sports Bar with Michael and Mike.
My favorite part of the Sports Bar would probably be Lobos, Aggies, and Dallas Cowboys.
I just like all the Lobo coverage that you guys have and the in-depth parts that you give to the program.
I just love listening to you guys.
Sports Bar at 3 p.m.
You never know what's going to happen next, and it's hilarious. I love the chemistry. I appreciate you guys. You do a great job.
Weekdays at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
You've been hurt at work. The workman's comp checks are supposed to be coming in, but they're not. The bills are piling up and no one seems to care. You have a friend in the Fogel Law Firm. In New Mexico, workers' compensation has its own court, and you need a lawyer that specializes in workers' comp. Personal injury lawyers don't have the expertise for workers' comp claims. Call the experts at the Fogel Law Firm to review your case for free. Call 255-9092 or visit Fogel, Fogel lawfirm.com. In most situations, it's easy to debate who is the greatest of all time. But when you need collision repair, there's only one clear GOAT. Quanz has won a Best of the City award for the past 6 years straight. Don't go to any collision repair shop. Go to the Better Collision Repair Shop at Quanz Auto Body. Our award-winning customer service and certified collision repair makes Quanz better than the competition. Make the better choice and visit Quanz Auto Body in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho.
We're Tammy and Phil, and this is our life with California Closets. House seemed to get larger and larger when all the kids moved out.
Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad.
At that part of our life, there would be a tendency to kind of look backward to see where we've been and what we're missing. We wanted to do something different and kind of move forward.
Exactly.
Since we downsized, we needed a company like California Closets to come in and utilize what little space we had. You know, it just works.
Visit a showroom or schedule your free design consultation today at CaliforniaClosets.com.
Leonard Tire and Automotive has helped with Cooper tires, installation, repairs. You should really think about trusting your tire and automotive repair jobs with them. Leonard Tire Automotive been a family-run business. One of the things I like about them, there's never been a hassle with them ever. Leonard Tire and Automotive is also car care. Change your oil almost as quick as the quick stops can. They do engine repair, tune-ups, just about anything you need done on your vehicle. Stop by and see old Travis or Don Leonard today at Leonard Tire and Automotive. They're good folks, they really are. Second in Lomas or Eubank and Manal.
Do you want to change your drinking? The ABQ Treat study is looking for volunteers between the ages of 22 and 55 to participate in a research study examining how the brain, behavior, and emotions change after alcohol treatment. You will attend 12 weekly treatment sessions and receive up to $440 to complete surveys and brain imaging over 15 months. For more details or to schedule an appointment, call ABQ Treat at 505-633-8861. 505-633-8861.
Albuquerque's Lobo Station, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Yeah, you and I were texting the same guy. I know. Ron Simon, ladies and gentlemen. He was saying the Lobos better work on their inbound play and their inbound play defense, and he's right. Look, feel good. And I'm not telling you lucky, but that's a game just like at UTEP. You can tell me UTEP, you were unlucky at UTEP, and you were. You missed 11 free throws. You could have won that game. And just as easily could have lost this game. But you didn't, and you won, and you're 5-1, so I'm not taking a thing away from you. I mean, that's a great win. But if you're New Mexico State, you're sitting there thinking, dang it. We had how many chances at the end? And we shoot 20-something% from the low 20s from three. Make a three. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Josue, and Josh. Glad you're with us. 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Really want your thoughts on Lobo Aggies last night as New Mexico snaps a 5-game losing streak to their rivals, winning 78-77 in Las Cruces, a game in which New Mexico State was up by a point at halftime and had it as big of a 9-point lead. And the Lobos win down the stretch, a crazy ending to this whole thing, right, JJ? 3 video replays in the last 10 seconds.
Well, you just look at the final 30 seconds. Aggie turnover, Lobo turnover, Aggie turnover, Lobo turnover. New Mexico State missed 3. Lobo missed free throw. New Mexico State missed 3. Game over.
Yeah, and the 3 was more of a heave. They needed to go to Johnny McCants on that, but he was fouled out. Johnny McCants is their end of the game heaver.
Heave.
Yeah, yes. He's their designated heaver. I'll bet you heaved before. Hello, Lance.
Mis amigos.
Orale.
Orale. Hey, I'm sitting up here in the cloud wondering if my white truck that I can't see, if it ran off with the wild horses. So
I'll
have to take a cane and go out and kind of feel around, look for the thing. But, most upsetting thing in the rivalry is there's no Lobo beer. Aggies have a beer, and it's an oatmeal stout.
That's
I looked
not right.
at
That's
it,
not
and
right.
I heard
That's
about
not right.
it. I wanted to buy it.
No. There's a Lobo Red. Which brewery does Lobo Red?
Rio Bravo?
It might be Rio. There is a Lobo beer.
Is there a Lobo lobo bear?
Yes.
Because I was like, they're trying to recruit fans from our backyard. That was a little unfair. Then I'll look that up. I will find it. But I heard the quarterback from Houston say, turn the page right as the Lobos game ended. And they finally turned the page, and won at the hardest place. And I think it's a real successful road trip. And the fact that, we got a loss out of the way. How do you recover on the road? And we got to do it right here in a terrible, miserable place. We probably had to stay at a Motel 6 somewhere. How do you recover from a hard loss on the road that you should have won and come back? Awesome, man. They won and won by 1 point. Tearjerker for the other side this time. I'm very proud of them, and I was worried about Rudy. I'm sitting there, I actually thought of Rudy. I'm like, if they lose this game, what's going to happen to Rudy? You know what I mean? I'm like, win the game for Rudy. Rudy, I was saying to myself, and they pulled it off. Terrible way to end the game. I mean, you got to manage it better than that, but I'm so happy. And, hey, Jason out there, let's hear a little something from you, huh? How about that? My man Jerome usually calls in. I'm fine with Jerome because he has enough guts to own up to it. He probably will call in. He's heartbroken right now. It's hard. It's hard to lose in this rivalry. It really takes a toll on a real fan. So, hey, my respects to Jerome. He's always been there. He always is, back to Aggies. But anyway, Text Boy, we got you today. And hey, I was wondering, there's still no weather girl?
What do you mean there's still no weather girl?
There's no budget for that?
For us?
You have to have a weather girl just for a little while.
No, there's no budget.
On TV.
Oh, on TV.
Yeah, on TV.
We'll work on that.
Have her go in and do the weather and stuff.
I'll work on that. All right, Lance, enjoy the weekend up there.
I
hope you find your truck. 505-246-0610. That's where he called in, and we'll do that. Hunter Green's going to be with us coming up 9 o'clock this morning. The analysts along Lobo Radio Network after the big 78-77 Lobo victory last night in Las Cruces. Oh, do we have a sweet deal for you today. Happy Friday to you. You get to celebrate. And look, this, stop thinking about, a tie and socks as you're thinking about holiday gifts as well. This one is terrific. It's Mag's Indoor Shooting Range, and you get 12 visits for just $75, which is 50% off. It normally would cost you $75. $150 to get out to Mag's Shooting Range. You go to our website, which is sportsanimалabq.com. You go there right at 9 o'clock. You click on the sweet deal icon, and you'll be able to take advantage of this. Dave Touche is here, and first of all, it's good to see you. How you living?
It's good to be back.
No, it's good. It's good to have you. So what the deal is with this, you'll get a punch card. 12-visit punch card. It's $150 value for $75, and this is it's indoor shooting. You can get out of the weather if you want to, and this is something that I think a lot of people are going to be really anxious to take advantage of.
Oh, it's going to be a great idea, and it's going to be great for a gift card also for the people that that want to come in and want to try shooting. This would be a great gift to give them for Christmas, and I think they're only going to be on sale for a little bit.
You guys are in Moriarty, right? So it's a short drive. It's not far away, but when you get out there, I think you're really going to be impressed with what you see.
We have a great staff, and when people come in, they realize how safe it is, how clean it is, and how comfortable it is. When you come in, people take care of you. There's no pushing. It's just a great place to come and shoot.
This is so your business is one where you've got probably more than two types of people, but you've got your enthusiasts on firearms, and then you probably have your novices who are probably intimidated by what they don't know. And you've got a firearms retail center which promotes safety and mostly education and a safe, welcoming environment. And for people who are looking, they're interested in maybe purchasing their first firearm, and they don't know about it. They don't know where to go. They don't feel comfortable around that. And which, if you didn't grow up around it, this isn't just one of those things where you pick up.
Absolutely, and we've got a staff that's very knowledgeable and very friendly. So if you come in and are not familiar with the industry, we'll guide you through all the aspects of it, from which firearm to purchase and which gun to shoot, and we could take you through the training also.
So just go in.
Yeah.
It's easy as that. If you have questions, go get them answered.
Yeah. Do you have a website where people could go take a look at it and learn about it?
It's mags at indoorshooting.com.
That's MAGS, magsindoorshooting.com. Here's the deal. I-40, you go to exit 197, and then go west on Central and turn left at Lisa's Truck Center, and Mags will be just right there on your left. It is a tremendous facility. And this is good. If you buy the punch card, it's good for a while, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, like a year?
I think it's 6 months.
All right, so it's 6 months, and you can go out there and take advantage. It's our sweet deal. It is on sale at 9 o'clock. If you want to learn more about Mags, go to magsindoorshooting.com. But go to our website, 9 o'clock, sportsanimалabq.com. Click on the sweet deal icon.
It's a great deal.
Yeah, this is a tremendous deal. For 50% off, you get 12 visits to go shoot over at Mag's Indoor Shooting Range for just $75 and get yourself familiar with that. And they've got a lot of Black Friday sales stuff going on. Best prices of the year right now out at Mag's on anything that you're interested in. You can get a gift certificate for that person who it's hard to shop for and let them figure it out. And you get a free Glock gift with all new Glocks. Can you say what the gift is?
I can't.
You can't say what the gift. Come on.
But it's a great gift.
Will you tell me out there? Will you write it for me? Can you draw?
It's a total secret.
All right. Hey, it's good to see you.
Hey, Jeff, it's good to see you.
Take advantage of this. It goes live at 9 o'clock. It's the opening drive. We're on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sports Animal time is now 8:25. Time to take
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our community.
Everybody's got a thought. Global fan feeling good. Aggie fan feeling like they were kicked in the junk. It's a tough one when you lose by one. It's a good one when you win by one. Would you rather beat your rival by 1 or 35?
Yes.
1. Yes.
No,
35 is good
I know
too.
you'd rather get beat by a lot than one because, I mean, the 1-point loss always hurts. But when you're on the winning side, would you rather kick the tar out of your rival, or you rather inflict as much pain as you can?
You'd rather kick the tar.
Yes.
Like
So
how
there's
New
no
Mexico
doubt.
State won that one last year.
That's kind of where I was alluding to. Yeah.
You'd love that.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
In a rivalry game.
Yeah. It's the opening drive. He's J.J. Buck. That's the Golden Hoser. Josh is producing for you on the visual medium. It's ProView Network. You can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com. Pitt South, says Steve. He has done a little research. I've not fact-checked this, so I'll just read it as if it was fact, although I don't know that it is. But, I mean, I have no reason to doubt him. Jeff, with last night's victory at Pitt South, a.k.a. the Pan American Center, UNM has won 42% of its games versus the Aggies since the opening of Pitt South. As a member of the Mountain West Conference, UNM has now won 57% of its games at Pitt South versus the Aggies. Okay. Thank you for we got a crack staff. People do research, man.
Lots of.
I'm just telling you.
Lots of research.
Ron wants to know about Vance Jackson. He says he looks miserable, Jeff. He's playing, but he isn't getting quality minutes. He's our 3rd or 4th banana, and that has to be a shock when he had to be thinking that this was the year he'd be the main guy. I don't know that he's not getting quality minutes. He was in there down the stretch, although I don't believe on the last sequence. Does he look miserable to you?
Looks frustrated at times. I wouldn't say he looks miserable, because I think it was a bigger adjustment than he expected with the way the guards have been playing, where the basketball is.
So guard dominant.
In Jaquan Lyle's hands most of the time.
Does this change? Like, at what point? Because a week ago I wasn't concerned. Saturday last week, Vance had 11 points and was more involved. I think he rebounded yesterday. I think he got you 7 rebounds. At what point do you start saying, well, maybe it doesn't, maybe he does. Now? Yeah.
Like, his role is going to be different, and it's on him to adjust, and he's going to have to be a really good shooter to get his numbers. He's just 5 of 20 this season from three-point range. You look at that. He has the 2nd most three-point attempts on the team. Malawach is 8 of 19. Like, Makwacha Malawach is who Vance Jackson is now. It's not who he wants to be, but he has to play that style. He's not going to get a lot of offense ran for him. Maybe there will be moments where the coaching staff feels, hey, this is an opportunity to run a couple sets for Vance. But Paul Ware hasn't hid the fact that it's like if you're outside of Jaquan Lyle, like you got to fall in line. And he's the one guy who's kind of letting play on one-on-one. He was really efficient, 9 of 14 last night. So this is something that Vance is going to have to deal with internally and be okay with the role to be effective and have confidence without the ball. And he's got to hit shots. He's going to get shots. So it's on 3-point shooting. The person to watch out for, man, is Zane Martin. He had some cryptic tweets last night.
Really?
Being benched in the second half.
What'd he say?
He's like, it's a cold world. You only got yourself.
Really?
Don't rely on anyone else.
See, that's where you start to worry. And you wonder how 3 guards are going to exist, right? 3 guards who are ball dominant and need the ball. Him and Caldwell and Jaquan. You just won. That's where guys start to question guys, right? When you win and you're sending out the stuff like that.
Because Paul addressed it post game. He said Martin was not where I wanted him to be mentally, so he didn't play.
Yeah, that's what he said. Mm-hmm. He said, we talked about getting him back in the game. The coaching staff did, and he wasn't mentally where we needed him to be, so we didn't put him back in. And we'll talk to Hunter about that because Hunter asked the question. I thought, yeah,
and that's someone Zane Martin. You look, he's third on the team in field goals attempted. So he's been trying to get his.
No, I thought that was an interesting comment too. Ren asked, "Where's the marketing department for football?" The marketing department. He says, "Jeff, when I read there are hardly any tickets out for this game, it doesn't surprise me. If not for this show, I wouldn't know Lobo football was even playing this weekend. Maybe they used up the entire promotional budget on the originally scheduled contest, and there was nothing left for tomorrow. But don't they have a marketing department? What happened to Archie? Well, Archie's in Oregon." I believe she's working for Nike, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, they have a marketing department. And there was a rescheduled game. I think the rescheduled game was all over the news when everything was covered about the passing of Najee Flowers. And they're doing the celebration of heroes tomorrow and first responders. And they're also doing it's the pink game tomorrow, and it's at noon. And if you want to go, it should be a beautiful day. And go on and get yourself some friends. And we're having a little tailgate. If you're my friend, I'll let you know where it is, and we'll come by and have a good time. All right? How's that? Mm-hmm. Glenn says we got to find a way to shorten these games, Jeffy. Last night was hard to watch. Those last 50 seconds took 22 minutes to play. There needs to be a 60-second replay time limit. Refs can't figure it out, then it's a jump ball and the game continues. The one took a long time. The one took about 5 minutes. Yeah, that first one. And it was close.
Happens in close.
I mean, you look at it a lot of times, and I mean, just make a call. I know you want to get it right. I got it.
You do want to get it right, and then you'll get the email the next day when they were 60 seconds is up, but then in the very next replay, it benefits you.
Oh, there's one we didn't see before. Why didn't they find that, Jeff? Why isn't there audio? I got it. Yeah, the game slowed down to a screeching halt at the end, and it was still exciting. There was a lot of drama. I think it was more punctuated because there were 3 replays, right? 3 times you had to go to the monitors. That was a great officiating crew, and I thought Russ Bradford made it pretty clear. And Russ knows the game. Russ is a good guy. By the way, the book that he wrote, and we've played with Russ a lot of times. Just never could get him on the court about the gun violence in Chicago. And Sean, why am I forgetting his last name? The young man that was at the game last night that got shot trying to save his son, the former Aggie. There was a video on Russ's Facebook page, which was just so good. And I'm going to find it for you. But the Aggies presented Sean a championship ring. Sean was on the 95-96 team. He's from Chicago, got caught in some violence saving his son. He's been paralyzed, been in a wheelchair ever since. And he went out and was in town, talked to the team at practice, I want to say 2 days ago. I think it was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. And they presented him with a WAC championship ring from last year with his number on it. Did you see the video of it?
I did.
It was awesome.
It was really cool.
I mean, just awesome. And it was one of those moving moments, and you could see that he was incredibly touched by it as well. But a class move by Chris and New Mexico State basketball. All right, 505-246-0610. That's how you can get in today, 888-922-0610. Hunter Green's going to be with us coming up at 9 o'clock, and we will talk to him about Lobo basketball last night. He was there, and then he took the long journey home, and he's home now. Hey, are you shopping for your first home? Maybe it's been a few years since you've owned a home. You're back in the market now. well, I got it. And so does Kirtland Federal Credit Union. It's hard to come up with the money that you need for a down payment, and that's why Kirtland Federal Credit Union offers you Jump Start. Jump Start's a down payment assistance program, and it provides a grant of up to $6,000 towards your down payment. Jump Start is just for first-time home buyers and for those who have not owned a home over the last 3 years. To see if you qualify, talk to my friends over at Kirtland Federal Credit Union's Home Loan Center. You can stop by and see them at the new Home Loan Center, centrally located on the northeast corner of Jefferson and Osuna, or give them a call at 1-800-880-5328. 1-800-880-5328. All the details are online at kirtlandfcu.org/jumpstart. Kirtland Federal Credit Union, they are more than military. They are for life. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender federally insured by the NCUA.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club, or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili, breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Car Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
Sure, we were going to with J-Bo on the phone. Who's on the phone, J-Bo? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Golden Josue. You're going to be working tomorrow, huh? You got a nice warm-up. You're not?
No, I am.
Okay, you looked at me like, what? Really? You got a football game tomorrow, right? You're going to be the host.
Wait a minute.
At the,
Who rescheduled?
You got a quarter zip sweatshirt or something that you can wear out there for Lobo football?
Mm-hmm. Definitely going to bring that out because I'm sure it'll be chilly.
Yeah, they didn't give you a quarter zip or a jacket or something?
They did not, no.
Just a golf shirt?
Yes.
All right. I got right. That'll be nice
Yes,
for tomorrow. That'll be perfect.
yeah,
that red
perfect.
quarter zip. That's what I'm talking about. All right. I got emails. You can call us, Jeff at 610knml.com. JJ at 610knml.com. Omar is in on the Cowboys and the Deflategrators. Jeff, how is this game not on primetime? The NFL's most complete franchise versus Edwards champion liars and cheaters might be the most anticipated game in years. So how did it get buried on a pre-Thanksgiving Sunday afternoon when most of the country will be out turkey shopping? Omar might not even be able to watch. It's from Omar. Is it buried? Like if it's not on,
it's America's game of the week. Watch the promo.
If it's not like Monday night or Sunday night, is it buried?
They have the Cowboys on every Sunday night, even though I'm sure NBC would if they could, but it's just not what is possible.
Yeah, Sunday afternoon it's still primetime, man.
What do I get? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd rather watch that game than the Packers and Niners because I'm sick of Jimmy Garoppolo and the Niners already.
There's 2 games Sunday afternoon.
That's all?
That's it.
So my red zone's going to be... Why do I pay for red zone?
Jaguars, Titans, Cowboys, Patriots.
Jaguars,
That's
Titans.
It.
like anyone who's watching Jaguars, Titans? Anybody?
Jaguar fans.
And
Titans.
if you have Leonard Fournette.
I have Leonard Fournette.
Baby Shark.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, maybe you glance
You have
over.
to start Ryan Tannehill this week.
Ooh, I
Look at the
might.
stats.
Should I start Ryan Tannehill or Carson Wentz?
Carson Wentz.
You would go Carson Wentz? Playing the Seahawks at home. Good defense, man. And then Monday night you get the Ravens and the Rams.
Still, it's 6.5 point higher over under in that game as opposed to the Jaguars Titans.
Which one?
Eagles Seahawks 48.
That's because the offenses are better.
Hence why you'd play.
I would argue that Ryan Tannehill's got better receivers than Carson Wentz does.
When healthy, A.J. Brown, Corey Davis over Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah. Now, Ertz, he's got the 2 tight ends.
Yeah, so where did the tight ends come into play?
Jonnu Smith's pretty good.
I mean, Ertz, Goddard, Jeffrey is the better.
I might argue. They drop a lot of balls. I'm just saying. But that's your games. That's your game. So we deflect off.
Everyone will be watching Cowboys Patriots.
Everybody will be watching that. It's not buried at all. What is this way? Oh, we got a big game tonight. Big border war game. And where'd that question on the border war game go? It was somewhere, but I lost it. Do we know what's wrong with Jordan Love, Jeff? With Gary Anderson sidestepping questions, it sure doesn't seem like he's going to play against Boise State.
Well, that's not good.
I've been looking for it, and I can't find anything. So he sat out the last quarter last week, and they beat Wyoming by a couple, 4 points, I think. And I can't find anything. I mean, if he's healthy, he's going to play, right? You don't sit Jordan Love against Boise State unless he. I mean, what? I don't want to say he's got to go Sharon Jones on this thing, but I mean he's got to do something pretty serious, right?
Well,
For you
there's
to sit that
questions
guy.
on both sides.
Well, and who's Boise State going to play quarterback, right?
Is it Bachmeier?
Yeah.
Is it Cord?
Yeah. Is it the guy you saw last week?
Is it third string quarterback who's better than half the quarterbacks in this league?
That's right. All that's right. You got a good one on.
That was just the worst.
No,
like this guy is good. He's athletic. He's got the arm strength.
He's their third string guy, and he's shredding New Mexico.
What is happening?
I don't know. What? Bourne says, I didn't hear anything.
Let's go, Wayne, real quick.
All right. Wayne, good morning. Hello, Wayne.
Hey, good morning. I'll be quick. I think right now with the Cowboys, it's going to be a big test as far as if they're really playoff ready or not when they play the Patriots. I know they've been up and down all season, but this is the biggest test of all for the whole entire season and a big litmus test as far as where they're at. And if they don't win this game, I think Jason Garrett should be his last season as a head coach, because this is really what's going to tell you if you're good enough to be in the playoffs.
Interesting.
If they lose this game, then I pretty much have lost faith in the rest of the
Let's see how they
season.
play. I mean, if they lose a 27-24 game, he's got to be fired?
Yes, because those are what's happening. They're losing the close games, and that comes to coaching.
All right, that's fair.
And that's what's happening with these. They should be, with the talent and the roster they have, they should not be this record what they have.
All
and if they lose this game, then that's a true test that they are not coaching or actually ready to be in the position to be in the playoffs.
Wayne,
So
I appreciate it.
that's
I got to hit this break. Thanks,
Sure.
Wayne. Hunter Green, when we come back, we're going to talk basketball. Hunter Green next on the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
On the Westwood One Radio Network. The Colts and Texans kicked off Week 12 Thursday night with the winner taking sole possession of first place in the AFC South. 4 lead changes in this game. Texans go up for good on a fourth quarter Deshaun Watson 30-yard touchdown pass to DeAndre Hopkins. Texans win 20-17, and they are atop the AFC South at 7-4. Colts fall to 6-5. Meanwhile, the NFL on Thursday upheld Myles Garrett's indefinite suspension for ripping off Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph's helmet and hitting him on the head with it. The Browns defensive end was also fined over $45,000 for the incident. The league also reduced Steelers center Marquise Pouncey's suspension from 3 games to 2 for his role in the brawl. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Does your water stain and damage your fixtures? Does it smell or taste bad? Are you worried about what's in your water? Water quality should not be painful and worrisome. Get HydroCare water systems from Wave Home Solutions with the most advanced purification technologies. Call Wave Home Solutions today at 1-888-973-WAVE or go to wavecleanwater.com. HydroCare will eliminate limescale that causes hundreds of dollars in damage to pipes and appliances without using salt. Well water will no longer smell or stain your fixtures. City water will be purified of harmful chlorine, lead, arsenic, and chemicals. Wave Home Solutions provides the cleanest, healthiest water at every faucet. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 1-888-973-WAVE, 1-888-973-WAVE, or go to wavecleanwater.com. That's wavecleanwater.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable...
The Dan Patrick Show.
I just want to see football. I don't want it to be penalty, couple of plays, penalty, and that's what you had. And I'm not sure why the NFL would do that, where you go above and beyond the call of duty to call more penalties. I think if it's obvious, egregious, then call it. But, it's flags interrupting the flow of the game.
Weekdays at 1, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Has your car been blindsided? Make the right call to Quan's Auto Body. With our certified collision repair and top quality customer service, you'll be sure to score with this decision. With 39 years of local experience, Quan's Auto Body is the only choice you should ever need when it comes to choosing an auto body shop. Come and see the guys who make it better at any of our 3 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Quan's Auto Body. We make it better. Visit quans.com.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. We see it every day. People hurt in car wrecks being misled by the insurance companies in order to minimize the amount of money they have to pay. When the insurance company tells you you don't need an attorney, that's when you know you need an attorney. Want a fair settlement? Don't attempt to deal with the insurance company on your own. Call Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys today at 544-4444. We'll fight hard to get you all the money you deserve and keep you out of the courtroom.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
The holiday season is here, and it's time for our best offer of the year during the Ford Black Friday event. Now, for a limited time, get 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models. You're ready, and so are we. Start the season off right, and don't wait to enjoy our best deal of the season. That is 20% estimated savings on select 2019 Ford models. The Ford Black Friday event ends soon, so hurry in today. Eligible on select 2019 model year vehicles. Vehicle must have arrived at dealer at least 61 days prior to the sale date. Estimated savings include an average dealer discount based on a sales survey of average discounts offered by Ford dealers nationally. Discount may vary. Dealer determines price. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by December 2nd, 2019. See participating dealer for complete details.
There's an app to save on flights, an app to rent a bike, and an app to help you save for driving safely. The Allstate app gives you real-time driving feedback with DriveWise, giving you the power to lower your insurance cost. In fact, safe drivers can save 40% or more. Connect and save with DriveWise. You're in good hands.
Download the Allstate app today. Savings may vary by state and driving behaviors. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Use of Allstate Mobile with activation of DriveWise required. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vic ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, 610 KNML Albuquerque, the sports animal.
Lobos win. Lobos win. 78-77. A thriller down at the Pan Am Center late last night. What's up, boys and girls? Happy Friday. Jeff, JJ, Hoser, and Josh. Happy anniversary, by the way. 7 years ago today, JJ was over at the house for Thanksgiving, eating cheesy sweet potatoes, drinking Dos Equis Amber, and watching live the butt fumble 7 years ago today.
Still one of the most amazing plays I've ever seen. Like, what was going through his mind? Where did he think he was going? Straight up ran into the butt of his offensive lineman and fumbled. Mark Sanchez.
7 years ago today. All right, just a few hours ago today, Lobos snap a 5-game losing streak against their rivals, 78-77 in a game that obviously, when it's a 1-point game, could go either way. Crazy last minute. And a lot of excitement down at the Pan Am Center. A guy that was courtside that you listen to here on or over on News Radio KKOB. Former Lobo great Hunter Green was calling the action with Robert Portnoy, and he joins us this morning. First of all, good morning, and thanks for getting up. I know it was a late night. Exciting though, huh?
It was. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Wait a minute. Is this Friday?
It is Friday. See, you don't know when you've been on the road all week.
That's my favorite part of this show. Give me a ho. Give me a Lobos.
How come we didn't ho with Hunter?
Great. It was great, guys. I tell you what, 3-hour ride back felt like maybe 45 minutes. I mean, just when you win in Las Cruces and you come home with a victory, it just feels good.
Winning is fun, man, and winning against your rivals. And I'm going to guess, and you were with the team the last couple of days, coming off the tough loss in El Paso, made that feel even better because, we can sit here now and say it, and JJ and I talked about it the week before the game. Going to Brooklyn with what you got in Auburn coming up next, that was never mind the fact that it was the Aggies, that was a big game.
It was. I mean, I think the whole road trip is huge in preparation for the trip to Brooklyn against Auburn because guys hadn't been tested, really. I mean, you played 4 games in the pit. 2 of those were challenging. The other 2 really weren't. And so this was a test. And I think, it's interesting to see how this team's forming, its personality. Who are they? What type of team will they be? Especially when you get slapped in the face with a little adversity. But I wasn't totally disappointed at UTEP. I thought they played a decent game. I mean, there's some things, of course, they can improve on. Didn't shoot well, things like that. But, overall, I really wasn't totally disappointed. I mean, that was a pretty good UTEP team that beat them.
Hunter, the hype was there. The expectations with Jaquan Lyle were off the charts. And I wanted to give him some time, but my goodness, he's been so good. His efficiency last night in 9-14 he had 5 turnovers, but with his usage rate, I think that's pretty good. When you watch Jaquan, what do you see on the basketball court?
Well, I mean, heads and shoulders above, guys on our team, and of course, sometimes the opponent. I mean, he's got the skills, no question. He's got like an NBA game. I mean, he really can create offense by himself. I mean, just off the dribble, and then he can bring guys into the game. He can include them. He can. I think a guy like Malawach, who can just set his feet, get ready, bend your knees, knock it down kind of guy. I mean, I think he can help. Jackson's the same way, where guys who really can't get their jump shot by themselves, a guy like Jaquan can make that happen. I mean, his IQ is off the charts. I just think right now it's kind of, they're feeling their way, at what point, like last night, for example, where JJ pretty much took the point in the second half, and it kind of gave them a different look. And I think that's what won the game because the scouts, teams are scouting Jaquan, and they pretty much know, look, don't let him get into the painted area, keep him outside. I mean, they can't stop every facet of his game, but they are scouting him, and so now all of a sudden he's got to defer. He's got to defer to JJ, or he's got to defer to Zane Martin or someone else to handle the ball, and then he has to learn how to play off the ball at times. But no, he is all of that. He's a really good player.
Well, speaking of Zane Martin, I know there's some frustration in the second half. Paul Weir addressed it with you guys post-game. What do you make of a moment like that and then moving forward with Zane?
It's only those are the challenges, right? I mean, I think he talked about this early on in the season, are there enough balls? Are there enough minutes? Now all of a sudden you got Zane who wants to be out there and maybe had some issues with his time. And, of course, then McGee comes in. He plays those minutes. And then you got to add Vontae. Vontae Hendricks comes in next month in December. So where are the minutes for him? I mean, it's a good problem as a coach to have, but it's also could be a challenge, for overall for the team and the team chemistry. So guys have to kind of learn to kind of say, hey, wait a minute, and when my number's called, I'm ready, right? But if I'm not called, I've got to suck it up and that's the challenge. I mean, because they're all competitors. I mean, I've been there. Everybody wants to play. And how do you get everybody, 25, 30 minutes? And that's a challenge.
JJ mentioned this, Hunter, and he saw some tweets from Zane, and Paul mentioned during the postgame show, you asked him the question, and he talked about he wasn't mentally where we wanted him to be, whatever that means, and you
right.
derive from that what you wish. But you combine that, and JJ said there were some tweets from Zane afterwards about it. It's what do you say, JJ? It's cold. You got to take care of yourself. I mean, do you have a brewing problem? And as a coach, do you need to cut that off before you get out on the road again?
I think they're handling it in house. I mean, again, it was something was anticipated, right? He talked about this in the preseason. How do you get enough minutes for all these guys that all can contribute? Yeah. I mean, we've seen what Zane can do, and what's unique about this team is that you have a little bit of everything. I mean, JJ brings something different. Zane brings something different. I think at the guard position, they all bring a little bit of something that's unique about themselves, and we can use it as a team. There's no question. Like JJ last night, getting to the hole, finding players, just being able to do what he does. Not really much of an offensive threat from the three, but that's why you got Jaquan Lyle, and you've got other guys who can knock down those threes. So I think that's a challenge. I think the coaching staff and the team will have to kind of get together and figure it out. I mean, that's going to be the challenge. I mean, I think that's always a challenge when you have a talented team. Guys that can contribute and that's a balance. That's why I think coaches get paid the big bucks, because you've got to deal with not just winning basketball games, but you got to please all the guys. All the guys, you got to motivate them to bring it every game, and it's tough. It's tough, and that could be the thing that gets in the way of this team, because I think this team, the sky's the limits. I mean, they really have a lot of potential.
He's former Lobo great Hunter Green with us on the opening drive. You listen to him regularly along the Lobo Radio Network alongside Robert Portnoy calling Lobo basketball.
With the step up in competition this week, Hunter, we did see more defenses from the Lobos, variations of the press dropping into the zone. What do you think of what you saw this week, and then specifically the adjustments in the second half last night to take away some of the post play?
I like it, JJ, because I think Paul Weir's first year was just man to man, live or die. Now all of a sudden, team like Auburn, they got to play New Mexico. Well, wait a minute. They got to prepare for man-to-man. They got to prepare for zone. They got to prepare for full court trap. So they have to work on a number of things. And the thing is, you can throw a number of things at a team, and I think that helps. I mean, different defenses, showing different defenses, I think, is a strategy. And right now, I thought the zone worked at both places, at UTEP and New Mexico State. So I don't have a problem with it. In fact, I really enjoy watching that, and especially when they can, show a full court press and then drop back into kind of a half court trapping, right, defense. And so it's fun. I like it, and we have the personnel to do that. I think Coach Weir early on felt like he didn't really have that, but I think this year, this team, he's got a lot of different guys he can plug in and can play different types of defenses.
I asked JJ this earlier, and New Mexico State missed a lot of open threes. And I said, somebody at halftime, I said, if they could make some shots, it'd be a totally different game. That said, and JJ's right, you play Auburn differently when you see Auburn, but should there be any concern that they had so many open looks, or was that by design that they would have changed that up if they started making some shots?
Well, going into the game against State, they hadn't been shooting the three well at all. But historically, like last year, we knew Brown can knock it down. Williams can knock it down. We knew there were a number of shooters, but the guys weren't making them. The only one that really shot decent from the three was Queen. Yeah. But the scouting report was, hey, guard him at the three. Don't give him the three. Unfortunately, they did. But the guys weren't knocking them down. Neither were the Lobos. Neither team shot a decent percentage from the three. So, but yeah, that's in the zone. That's going to be, the guys are going to get looks at the three. So, would you play a zone against a really good 3-point shooting team? Probably not. So I think it just depends on the matchup.
You'll adjust if they're hitting shots. You'll adjust. Yeah, because as I'm watching, I'm like, I didn't know what to make of them defensively. Should I be concerned that the Aggies are getting so many looks, or is that by design and they'll adjust if they make shots?
Honestly, I don't think they played a really good defensive game. I think that's an area that really needs to get better in, and at times they were giving guys like wide open looks and then wide open lanes to the basket. And a lot of that is, playing the full court trap and then falling back into a zone. Well, wait a minute. Well, who do you have? Well, there's no accountability, right? You have an area, so all of a sudden a point guard gets the ball and he just drives all the way to the lane and no one's like, whose man is it? So I think that's kind of the area that has to be worked on in terms of identifying, who's going to stop the ball, who's going to guard what area, and who's responsible for that. And sometimes that's the weakness of a zone, right? The gaps and the areas where guards can penetrate and get to the lane.
Paul has talked so much about Makwach Malawach and his importance to this team, being someone that can be so creative without the basketball and be that bridge both offensively and defensively. And a player that kind of is in that transition is Vance Jackson. What do you thought about how he's handled his role so far?
I think both Makwach and Vance are similar in terms of offensive style, although I think Makwach is quicker off the dribble and can take it to the hole. I think they're both trying to get used to Jaquan. Jaquan is he handles the ball. He's got the ball in his hands a lot, and it kind of puts those guys in a kind of a standing around type of a mode where they need to be moving and the ball needs to be hopping. And I thought that was a problem in the first half against the Aggies. In the second half, I thought they moved the ball a lot better. And so when they move the ball, that's when Jackson and Makwach can get involved and they can, fill those lanes and do some things. But when they're standing around watching Jaquan go one-on-one, then it becomes, difficult for them. They don't know how to really, be in offense. So, but they can be the beneficiaries of the fact that he can go one-on-one and then kick to the wing and just set your feet. I talked to Makwach after the game at Utah. That last second shot, he just wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. When he got the ball and he shot the air ball. And so those are the type of things where guys are learning each other. They're trying to become familiar with each other, and there's different looks. I thought the second half Lobo team was different than the first half.
No doubt.
Jaquan was off the ball more, and JJ was at the point. So, and
I thought JJ was terrific down the stretch. Hey, appreciate you getting up. I know it was a late night. Thanks. Can you roll over and go back to sleep, or you got to go to work?
No, I got to go to work. Somebody's got to pay the bill.
I know you're going to be on the road next week. You're going to Brooklyn. Sorry, I'm not making that trip. Nothing against Rob. I love Rob, but that would have been a fun trip to go. But enjoy the trip. I know it'll be fun, and you're gonna have really, really good basketball games and the Barclays Center and everything that goes around that. So great call last night. Thank you for spending some time with us today.
Hey guys, thank you. Appreciate it.
Talk to you soon. He is Lobo legend Hunter Green. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The world-famous logo Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234.
All right, J-Bo. Oh, can you ho, J-Bo? Look at yourself fired up. It's always Josh wants to ho. low-ho doesn't work for me. I got to go higher.
The low-ho does not work.
No, I thought I'd go mellow low-ho. The low-ho no-go, bro. Does it feel like Friday now?
Feels like Friday.
Oh! That's way better. All right, give me a ho if you got your funky bus fare. Ho! We'll give away a couple tickets to go to the Best of the City party. That's coming up at on December 6th, 2 weeks from today. We'll do that coming up at the end of this segment. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails come in. Jeff at 610knml.com. JJ at 610knml.com. On the Facebook, it's the OD and the AM. And anything else I forgot? ProView Networks. ProViewNetworks.com and Comcast Channel 26 throughout the state. Border War tonight. Born Once, your official picks. Jeff, Colorado State needs a win tonight to save Bobo's job. Wyoming needs a win because right now they're looking like the Mountain West team on the outside of the league's bowl bids, which they were last year. Last year they were bowl eligible, but they were at 6. Wyoming needs a win. Wyoming's lost some tough games. They lost to Tulsa by 3, fumbled going in. They lost to San Diego State by 4, lost in the last 2 minutes. They lost in overtime to Boise State when they missed a field goal by 3, and they lose, what was it, by 4 the other day at Utah State? I mean, all of their combined losses, I want to say, was that's 3 and 4 is 7. I want to say it's by about 15 points combined. They need a win tonight. I think they get it tonight. You think?
I like Wyoming.
All right. Hunter touched on Hendricks. Mean Machine said, this is for Hunter, with Lobo fans telling me they can't wait to see Hendricks. Where's the playing time going to come from? It's not like guys like Martin and McGee are getting an abundance of minutes right now. He pretty much addressed that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He said that's an issue that Paul's got to deal with. And it sounds like it's bubbling up a little bit right now. And you mentioned Zane Martin had some tweets after the game. Was it like right after the game on the bus home? What? It's like just...
It was 10 hours ago, whenever that was.
Oh, all right.
So like right after the game.
Yeah. What time is it now? 9, so that would be 11:30, 11:20. Yeah. Sounds like, get on the bus. Yeah. There wasn't a lot of Zane Martin in the second half. James is in on Lobo football tomorrow. Lobo's in Air Force tomorrow. It's a salute to heroes, first responders. It's also Pink Day, so go on out and enjoy Lobo football tomorrow afternoon on what should be a beautiful Saturday afternoon. He said the start is the key. If Davey can get Lobo football out early, then he can keep them relaxed and composed, and they do okay. But when he's got to give them their head and really ask, or get in their head and really ask them, they just frown at that. Look, if they get down to Air Force like they did to Boise State, I mean, what are we doing? Right?
Whatever way you want to spend it, they're just not a good football team.
Okay.
Like, whether or not they start hot, like it's... And the story this week about the scholarship players, you need to know about who they are. 57 players is still more than NFL teams rostering up. But it's about talent, the amount of starters they are down, not necessarily the amount of players.
Yeah, and the raw numbers, 57, it's more than an NFL team has. But if those guys are typically the 90-something guy on your roster, then
that's the story. Not only 57 players. Like you have enough players.
But if some of those guys are normally 85 and 92, then
that's the story.
Yeah, and you're going up against an 8-2 football team that's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Jeff.
Thought I might hear from you on Air Force Week.
Yeah, I don't like this game for Air Force, to be honest with you. First of all, every time I think they're going to beat and handle the Lobos beat them. And every time there's a change in the game, like remember the year Air Force decided to play in front of an empty stadium in Texas,
Dallas?
Lobos win.
Yeah.
There was a game, Air Force had momentum, then there was a lightning power outage or weather or whatever. Lobos
that was here,
win.
yeah. That was the kneeling at halftime game, yeah.
Yeah, Lobos have won 3 out of the last 5, and this is a trap game. Air Force plays Wyoming next weekend, and they've lost 3 straight to them. And Air Force can be passed on. I only saw the second half of the last Lobo game, and I was fairly impressed with the receivers. So I'm calling an upset, Jeff. I don't like this game for Air Force. I think Lobos are going to upset them. Mm-hmm. And if I'm right, which I hope I'm not, but if I'm right, and they do that, they'll take Utah State next week.
Who will take it? The Lobos will?
Lobos will, yeah.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Okay. Appreciate you.
No problem.
All right. Mike's an Air Force guy. Big Air Force fan. And I just don't see it. Do you? I just don't think. Can they be passed on? Yeah, they can be passed on.
And it's a weird series in the fact that the Lobos did win 3 in a row up until last year. Like, wait, really? Yeah, they've been really competitive against Air Force, and it's a matchup where if there's one spot that's a left where you say, all right, maybe you can have some success, it's with Kress and Logan Green, who got the quick passing game going in the second half. But it's just hard to talk yourself into that when it's been the other way for New Mexico all season. Just not good enough, just a slow start here or there. It's moments like the second quarter against Boise State where you're creating some turnovers, but still not able to score, still not able to put the football in the end zone. So to kind of going back to a point before, a quick start would just be great confidence-wise for the Lobos.
No doubt.
Can they sustain that? We haven't seen that either.
And you're right. If I go back and think of some of the games, and I remember a game I was up at and Colorado Springs for, which they tend to be close and entertaining and tight. I don't know that the Lobos throw enough. I'm okay with the receivers. I think Kress can be really good. I don't know that I believe Tavaka can be consistent enough. It'd be fun to watch an entertaining game tomorrow. I'd enjoy it. 505-246-0610 is the number. We got tickets to go see the Best of the City party. You'll be there. It's 2 weeks from today. It's Albuquerque, the magazine's big, giant Best of the City party after they put out their most popular issue of the year. And we've got 2 tickets for you to be the best in the city. Hoser's got them, and he's going to give them to caller
6.
Right now, caller number 6 at 505-246-0610. Give Hoser a call. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Sports Bar with Michael and Mike.
My favorite part of the Sports Bar would probably be Lobos, Aggies, and Dallas Cowboys.
I just like all the Lobo coverage that you guys have and the in-depth parts that you give to the program.
I just love listening to you guys.
Sports Bar at 3 p.m.
You never know what's going to happen next, and it's hilarious. I love the chemistry. I appreciate you guys. You do a great job.
Weekdays at 3, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Scott Stigler here for Windsor Door Sales. If your garage door won't open, then your spring is probably broken. Cold weather takes its toll on springs, and boing, they break. It's happened to me. It'll probably happen to you. If it does, your car is stuck in the garage and you've got places to go. Windsor Door Sales can get to your home quickly and want a payment plan so you don't spend your holiday money. Call 345-6604 or visit WindsorDoorSales.com.
Fast, friendly, and efficient. Windsor Door Sales.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Spend your Thanksgiving holiday at home with your friends and family, not in jail. The Sports Animal is partnered with Ron Bell Injury Lawyers, the City of Albuquerque, the Department of Family and Community Services, and Uber to help end DWI. Take a ride on us. Enter the Uber code ABQTurkey19. Enjoy your holiday parties, and if you drink, request an Uber, and we'll pay up to $10 for your ride. This offer is good for the first 2,000 people who use the code between noon on November 27th and 3 a.m. December 2nd. Together, we can end DWI.
I'm Amy, and this is my life with California Closets. This is an amazing time in my life. We got married, new home, baby on the way. I needed my own sanctuary space. California Closets worked with us to give us everything we wanted. When I enter my closet, it's calm, it's organized, it's its own oasis. This closet is my dream closet.
Visit a showroom or schedule your free design consultation today at CaliforniaClosets.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, Protect My Car is announcing a low-cost extended service plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay nothing for auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay nothing for auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-805-1867 now. Drivers who are covered by Protect My Car will not have to pay for a covered repair bill again. This auto coverage is at an all-time low, much lower than what dealerships are charging. Additionally, drivers who activate this auto coverage today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and free car rental at no additional cost. Call Protect My Car for your free quick quote today. 800-805-1867. 800-805-1867. What do you have to lose? Again, 800-805-1867.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
The Dan Patrick Show, today at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Did you give away the tickets?
I sure did.
Who won them?
Tony.
Orale, Tony.
Orale, Tony. Shit, I'm ready to get down.
All right, he's going to get down. All right, Hot Take Dougie's here, and he's got some hot takes for you. I want to get you an email or two. 246-0610 is how you get in. Lobo Hobo says, can I reply to JJ?
Uh-oh.
Can he? I mean, it's your call. It could be good, it could be bad.
Depends. We'll see my reaction after his reply.
You said he's wearing Depends? Is that what you said?
Yes, he's wearing Depends.
All right, well, that's whatever. Can I reply to JJ and the rest of Lobo fans that keep telling me Henderson, that's the quarterback at Boise State, is so good. Why can't Lobo football have a starter of that caliber? He played okay. The key was Boise State coaching staff gave him a simple game plan to execute, and he did. When things broke down and he had to make a play, Lobo football was able to sack him or force him to throw a pick. He looked very average. P.S. Wednesday ho next week. We get to ho on Wednesday next week? Yeah.
Did you watch everything other than the second quarter? Like, that's the whole point. You're supposed to execute your game plan, whether you're Tom Brady or Henderson at Boise State. Like, where's the simple game plan for Tabak to execute then? Like, he made some throws that aren't typical. The one where he's getting pulled down in the first quarter, he didn't have a base, and he still made the completion just with his right arm. That was a talented player.
And by the way,
look at that scoreboard.
You never said he was great. You just said he was really good, and he's better than anything UNM had. That's all.
He would start at Nevada right now.
That's right.
He could probably be in competition to start at Wyoming right now.
San Diego State.
Start at San Diego State. Like, that's not hyperbole. That is, you watch that person, you see him up close, and that is a talented player. That somehow,
he wouldn't start over Chambers, but he'd give Vanderwall a run at Wyoming. All right. You want to take a phone call? You all right? I don't want your blood pressure to rise too much just sitting there listening to this. Howie, good morning. How you living, Howie?
Gentlemen, how you doing today?
Excellent. How you doing?
Well, kind of wondering, was Lance having a hard time finding his truck this morning?
Yeah, I couldn't find it in the fog.
Are you sure it wasn't a fog from the Johnny Walker Red?
No,
or
I would imagine it would be, actually. He didn't say
That's
what kind of fog.
probably what the fog was.
Yes.
So, Lance, I hope you found your truck. And, I remember back in the day, I lost a vehicle or two. It happens.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, nice win for the Lobos last night, right?
Yeah, man. When you beat your rival, I don't care if it was 1 point or
on
30
the road.
You won.
Yep, on the road. I'm kind of curious as to what the whole Carlton brag. I didn't catch a whole lot more of what his situation was. I'm happy that he played. I hope we're not starting to get any kind of problems on the team, because I think that this is a unit that can win and challenge for the Mountain West. I know it's a little early to tell, but I believe they've got enough talent to challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and they're getting more, and their guard plays really good. If Bragg stays healthy, I think yes, they can challenge. Yes,
I really like Lyle. I like him a lot. So he sure is blending in pretty quickly. Now, I had a little text message going on with Edward last night.
Sorry.
And I told him I think the Cowboys are going to put it on your Patriots this weekend. And I said, and don't think that this is being, really, bravado or anything like that. But if you can't go in with your head held high in confidence, why bother going in, right?
No, don't go. That's right.
Don't go. But you know what? My biggest thing is I think the Cowboys are going to fare well against the Patriots this weekend. I think there's some chinks in the armor of the Patriots that are coming to the surface here now that they're hitting a tougher part of their schedule.
It's easy to beat
and
the
I think
Jets
it's
and the
time for
Browns and the
Jason Garrett.
Dolphins.
Jason Garrett's just not going to ever be the kind of coach to lead us to a Super Bowl, unless he just accidentally does it. I believe that
never
this is
get
truly
credit.
a must-win for him.
That's the second person who said that. The
I think
second
he
Cowboy
has
fan
got
who
to
said
win this football game. I
Wow.
think if he does not win this football
He's
game,
done.
I think that his fate is probably being decided with this game.
Right.
And, it's sad to say because I think the Cowboys have a lot of talent. I think they do. I think they've got as much talent as anybody in the NFL, and the coaching is our biggest flaw. And until Jerry Jones sees that, maybe we can get Hoser to give Jerry a little talking to. But other than that, I think the Cowboys wouldn't be 6-4. They'd be more like 8-2 with a better coach. But that's my opinion, guys. Have a great weekend.
Hey, Howard.
Here's the deal. First of all, Jerry Jones is never going to see anything. Okay, like he's not going to learn some lesson. He's going to continue running that team as he always have. However, you are going to beat the Patriots this weekend.
They are?
Dallas over New England this weekend. Book it. Put the money down.
Put
it in the books.
All right, Howie, enjoy
And
the
then,
weekend.
You know what? But then here you go again. We go ahead and beat the Patriots again, and it just justifies Jerry Jones's psychopath mentality
So
of
do you wanna
keeping
win?
Jason Garrett
So,
around.
so do you want to win as a fan? Do you want to win?
I want to win, but
But-
I
wanna
honestly,
lose this game so
truthfully,
he
I
gets
want
fired.
Jason
Yeah.
Garrett gone, man.
Insane.
Let's get JJ out there to coach the Cowboys. I mean, hell, he'd do a better job.
No kidding. All right, man. Let's talk
Take care,
Monday.
guys.
See ya.
Dude, sports fans are just like players and coaches.
That's
the
right.
losses sting more than the wins feel good, and you want to lose to be justified. Like, we just heard a Cowboys fan go, yeah, I want to win, but that's two in the past 30 minutes that are like, yeah, let's lose this game so we can fire Jason Garrett.
Do you have next segment to hit your hot take?
Sure. Ready to go.
All right, because I'm going to take Jerome's call. Because I think it's big that Jerome came in today. Jerome's a big Aggie fan. He comes in the day after the loss. Hello, Jerome.
Gentlemen, how's it going today?
All right. How you living?
Hey, good. Hey, I had basketball practice last night, so I didn't watch the basketball game, but I recorded it, so when I get home, I'm going to go home and watch the game at
Want me
1
to tell
o'clock.
you who won?
So, and I can already tell, I already know that the Aggies lost, and I can tell it was a good game. I didn't really listen that much to the people, but, congratulations to the Lobos, a 1-point victory over a depleted Aggie team. But, hey, you got to play who's in front of you. So, congratulations. I hope you win a lot of games because we'll come back down and we're going to have a good WAC season when we get everybody healthy, and I guarantee we'll be in the NCAA tournament again. But
Guaranteed.
Congratulations, Lobos. You broke a losing streak.
All right, Jerome. Thanks for coming in the day after that. See you. That was our depleted team. They were.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their point guard's out, and no, it is what it is. All right, you want me to do one more before the break, and then your hot take?
It's your show, man.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Are you asking me? You want me to run it?
Yeah, somebody can run it better than us.
Whoa, easy.
Hello, Larry. That used to be a TV show back in the day, by the way.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I listened to that couple of Cowboy fans now, and I'm simply going to say, guys, be careful what you wish for.
That's right.
As a Bronco fan, last few years we've been calling for Vance Jackson to get the boot, John Elway, get him out of there, and we get a new coaching staff, and they bring in this guy from Chicago, get a new offensive coordinator, and these guys can't make adjustments. And as Bronco fans, every time we lost in the last couple of years, we were calling for the coach's head. And Cowboy fans, now they're doing it. They get a little bump in the road, and they want the redhead gone. And man, there's just not a lot of great coaching out there. So,
but the grass
if
is
the Cowboys
always
can
greener.
if the Cowboys can win this weekend against the best coach in the NFL, I don't know how any Cowboy fan could say, yeah, we need to fire. Or if they lose a close one, like you said, 24-27 against the greatest coach ever. I don't see how fans can sit there saying, yeah, we need him gone.
Yeah, I've heard it twice today already. Yeah, this is the game.
Yep.
This is the game that's going to decide his future. All right, Larry, enjoy the weekend.
You as well.
Deuces. All right. So he wins this week and he saves his job. And if he loses in New England, then he's going to be fired.
Wow. Even Terry Bradshaw said that last night.
Did he
during
really? Is that
halftime.
where this
Yeah.
take's coming from?
I don't know if that's where it's coming from, but yeah. He said the same thing. I was like, whoa.
Really?
Yep. He said it was a must-win for Cowboys.
must-win
and
game is
Jason
different than
Garrett.
fine.
Well, yeah, for Jason Garrett.
I'm pretty sure he included Garrett in there.
All right.
Because he says all the other wins, have not been against, good opponents.
Well, both
This
of
is a
these
good
teams
opponent.
haven't beaten anybody. Both of them.
Yeah, that is true.
And
that's a good point.
In the moment, this is the game we're dealing with. This is what we have to talk about. But the beauty of the NFL, it doesn't matter. You can be 7-9, get to the postseason, and win a playoff game. Like, this isn't the college football playoff rankings where you have to make a
That's why
statement.
Browns fans still think.
Especially in the AFC, I think an 8-8 team could easily get a wild card this year.
Here comes Brown fan, and he's got a hot take when we come back. It's the opening drive. Hot Take Dougie's here. We're on ProView Networks. Josh is producing there. Hoser's producing for us, me and JJ, just along for the ride on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, #life.
Same woman who wins your NCAA bracket pool, that's who's to blame. It's exactly who messed it up. The opening drive, me and JJ are joined by Hoser, Josh, and Hot Take Jaduggy. Everybody else has a J. All right, so you're a Browns fan.
Absolutely.
Myles Garrett's your guy.
Lost our best player for the year, very upset.
He went to the NFL offices yesterday and pled his case, and somehow it leaked out, and he thought it was going to be confidential, that 6 days later he told the commissioner the reason that he ripped Mason Rudolph's helmet off of Mason Rudolph's head and hit Mason Rudolph with Mason Rudolph's helmet is because Mason Rudolph slung a racial slur at him. So reporters went to the Browns, they went to Baker Mayfield, and they went through the locker room and said, hey, what do you think of this? And they're all like, this was the first we've heard of it. So where are you with your guy Myles Garrett and his, not excuse, because there is no excuse, but explanation?
Love Myles Garrett. Like I said, I think he's the best player on the team. I think he has the potential to be the defensive player of the year. I think he is full of doo-doo. I don't believe it for 1 second. And if this should have come out on Monday, if this was really the thing, this sounds like a last-minute pulling out of the old ace up the sleeve, though the ace is actually the race card on this one.
JJ and I had this conversation earlier. It's just really hard to believe that he's such a good guy. And Ned James sits here and he says Myles is a really good guy, and I'm sure he is. That he didn't want to throw Mason Rudolph under the bus. He was so enraged, and so he kept this. He didn't say that. The only explanation is that, and I don't buy it either, that he didn't want to use an excuse, that he realized he was in the wrong and didn't want to use an excuse or look like. So then why bring it out 6 days later?
I don't believe it at all. That's the whole thing right there. If that was the truth, it would have come out immediately. He would have said it. And on top of that, hey, how many times have your kids, think about when you caught your kid in a lie, and and another thing, and then they think of another better story later, and at some point it's just too late for it all. But from the flip side, I don't believe for 1 second that Rudolph would have said anything like that, or almost anybody in his position. You've been playing football your whole life.
Hallway, right? Go with this, because
listen. If you're a white guy and you play in the NFL, you have spent your entire life immersed in football culture, which is more than 80% African Americans. That's who you've spent your high school with, your college with, your pro team with. These are your friends. These are your co-workers. There is no way in front of your other co-workers you're going to say something like that or throw out a word like that. I don't believe it for a second.
JJ, I'm struggling with it, even if that's how you feel. I don't know Mason Rudolph at all. All right, I have no idea what his thoughts. I don't know him, but even if that was his thoughts, do you think in that moment that's what that guy's going to say?
I don't buy it at this point in the fact that he waited so long, and the whole taking accountability after the fact. If the man said something to enrage you to that point, you say that. You just hit him in the head with a helmet. What is there to protect about that incident?
That's right.
Immediately post game? Nothing.
I don't believe, even if there are Caucasian athletes in the NFL who are racist, okay? And I guess there might be.
Sure.
Right? I just don't believe, to your point, coming up in the culture in which you would be coming up, that would be a word that's even in your vocabulary anymore.
Especially with your teammates standing next to you.
And that's the other part. There were two linemen right there the whole time. There was never an isolated incident where he was just the two of them, that nobody would have heard this. Right? It's just now what was the receiver for the Eagles that got caught using that word at a concert?
Yes,
Hank?
No.
Long-haired guy. I can picture him.
Yeah, but he apologized and was accepted back into the locker room. But that was so totally out of context, right? Now, is he racist? I don't know him either. But that's a different context. I just can't see
Riley Cooper.
I can't see a white guy now. African Americans use that word with each other all the time. And we're assuming it's that word now, right? We keep hearing racial slur. If there was another word, I think we would have heard the word.
Yes.
That's the one word now you can't even say it. Like, we're alluding to it and we're afraid to say it.
Well, we should.
No, I got it. We shouldn't. I get it.
Afraid to say it.
But can you imagine a Caucasian on a football field using that word?
No, I can't. And it's not to say that there aren't people who are racist. In fact, if you're racist, you know even better than anyone else what you're supposed to say and not say at certain times.
Yeah. All right. So none of us are buying it. All right. So indefinite means the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think it really does feel like a moment of going, okay, what is, from his lawyer standpoint or his agents, like, all right, what is something that we can do that people are going to not push back on, so you can get one of your paychecks? There's 6 games out of the paycheck, and this hurts.
I think he's blowing the whole PR thing, too, which is very common with all kinds of famous people, which I don't understand, because you're supposed to have agents and people who can tell you what to do. His role here is to be contrite, to hang his head, to act real sorry, and say, I'm so sorry, that wasn't me. And I think he would have a better chance of getting a lenient sentence if he would do that.
Yeah, he pretty much was. Right? And what do you make of, I thought this was confidential and this wasn't going to get out, and this isn't. I'll give him this. In his statement, he's not saying I offer this as an excuse, but more of an explanation, right?
Yeah,
what I did was wrong. He still, he said, what I did was wrong. There is no excuse. This is what happened. And there is a difference between an excuse and an explanation. There is. Here's what happened. Here, I'm explaining what happened. It doesn't excuse it. Mm-hmm. Here's what happened, and then I lost my mind.
Simple. Anybody can lose their temper, lose their head. It's happened anywhere.
We all have.
Though a lot of this is going to distract from the very fact that Rudolph did essentially start the thing by being a whiny little...
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I know what I saw. I didn't hear anything. What was heard? He's laying on me at 7 seconds ago. Man, get off me. Like, there's 7 seconds ago. It's a 2-touchdown game. Get off me.
You threw 4 interceptions. You're losing the game. You're feeling bad. You're frustrated. Now you're getting sacked.
And now there's this dude laying on me again. Get off me. And I'm sure he said something. Yeah, I'm sure Mason Rudolph said something.
My whole thing is, if it's the quarterback, you're Myles Garrett, just pick him up, throw him to the ground.
Get off.
Deal with the offensive lineman. Be like, all right, you want to be feisty quarterback? Well, let's go. Let's scuffle then.
Yeah.
But instead he's like, what? Doink!
All football fights outside of the play or the action are ridiculous.
Dudes throwing punches at guys' heads when they're wearing
full shoulder pads.
What are we doing? Why aren't you going to the body? Why aren't you, like, if you're going to throw a punch, why aren't you going to the... Go below the shoulder pads. What are you doing?
Cup check.
Yeah, I imagine.
Rudolph tried.
It's a whole nother issue than we're dealing with, right? Junks. All right, man.
Front kick.
Good to see you.
Knees.
Enjoy the weekend. Who the Browns got?
We have the Dolphins this week. We can get up to 5 and 6.
Jarvis Landry revenge game.
Play
Good
Jarvis
point.
Landry if you got fantasy football.
But how late will Landry and OBJ be at the club on Saturday night?
At the club. Thanks, Josh. Good job on the ProView. Hoser, great work. Hot Take Dougie was here. Hunter Green joined us as well. Jim Rome Show is next. Dan Patrick.
30.
The Sports Bar comes your way this afternoon for 4 hours. Even Carlisle's got to work Friday afternoon for 4 hours. That doesn't happen a lot. That's at 3 o'clock.
20.
Back with award-winning radio for you on Monday morning. That'll begin at 7 a.m. Big weekend? You're working tomorrow. Don't forget JJ over on News Radio tomorrow
10.
for football at 11 a.m. Go out, have a great weekend, be safe, and be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll see you on Monday.